Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. I apologise for the slight delay this morning. I have been putting updates during the build-up in the chat to let you know that I was running behind time. We had some major updates, security updates, and highly recommended that I put them in place before I started the stream. So unfortunately, it required a complete restart, and these things take time. So I do apologise for that. Was unexpected. Everything's always updated every evening, but there was a major one this morning, and it was suggested I actually put it in. So there you go. So I do apologise for the slight delay, but we're up and running now, and things should be working very, very well indeed. So good morning to you. It's 7:40 in the morning. We're just 10 minutes behind time, and it is March the 31st. One day to go before we start a brand new month. And of course, it's the day of reckoning, the 2nd of April. Donald Trump does not want it to be the 1st of April as an April Fool's joke, but he does want it to be the 2nd of April. So where are we going to be in a couple of days from now? Evidence would suggest that we've got a bottom in. It's bounced off the bottom again, as long as it holds above here. It's another very painful day. I can't buy any more. Every piece of my cash that I've got in my life is in here. Every piece of margin is in. I'm fully in. I can't do no more. What are you doing? I'd love to know your thoughts in the chat. Let me know. But I've got some reaction for you from around the world, the way the tariffs are being seen. You're not going to like it, but it is what it is. We've got to bring you the facts here, the truth, and so on and so forth. Right, let me get straight to the comments. See who was here first. We got Mike here. Good morning, Mike. Lovely to have you here. Mark Saxby. We're going to come on to Mark Saxby in a minute. One of the best ever posts this morning. I thought this was so funny on X. I will share that with you in a minute. Good morning, Stephen Mariano. Good morning. Could go either way, but I think more red before things turn for upside. No worries, Martin. Thank you for your support there, for being a few minutes late. I'm not gonna lie. It's time for a refreshing cup of tea. Yes, I've seen. Oh, hello. What's that there? You need to change the video resolution. The current resolution is not supporting this configuration. It's better resolution. Okay. Stream settings. Yeah, I changed it to low latency. I wanted to do a couple of tests this morning in these new formats. Let me just double check that. Let's see if that's working the way I want it to be working. Right, okay, so it's not streaming in 4K. Okay. That's interesting. You need to change the video resolution. Not supported, expected resolution to be okay. Open widget, what happens here? Okay, sorry, excuse me. There's been some updates and it's changing a few things. Okay. All right, we won't worry about that then. Now I know that doesn't do that. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's carry on what I was saying. Yes, I did see this, James, from you. Very, very funny. Very, very funny. Not going to lie. So James has been picking up Alex's phrases. Saw that on Discord. Very funny indeed. Dennis, Keith, good morning, everyone. Stay strong out there. We will make it through. Mike is here saying hello to everyone. This is great. Patrick Black, good morning to you. Dan Ackerman is here. Ninja Cowboy is here this morning. Good morning, everyone. Donald De Boyko. Good morning, Martin. Do you believe the market will cover after 2nd of April? Well, I'm going to show you some information in a moment, which would suggest maybe not, but I hope so. You know, we keep buying American, thinking it's the way forward. I'm doing it, but the rest of the world doesn't agree. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Mark Saxby, good morning, everyone. Hydro Shine Cleaners, me too. Dennis Keith. Let me go through. Khalid is here this morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? Crypto King is also here this morning. Phenomenal Elite Wrestling. It's looking really scary with the stock market at the moment. It's just going to end with a massive crash. What is Trump doing, says Phenomenal Elite Wrestling. Well, we've explained why. If you saw the video yesterday, it would have explained it all. I hope you all had a chance to watch that. Stephen Lewandowski is here this morning. Our oil man is in the house. Timmy, we had a, what was this? Oh yes, I banned a troll this morning that was created an account yesterday just to come in and troll the account, and I know exactly who it is. Crazy, isn't it? Good morning all. No worries here. Anointed Flowers. Sid, good morning to you. Welcome to you. TJ Snyder, we need to grapple this market into submission. We need some green days this week. We do. This is a huge week this week. Good morning, everyone. Vinny is here. DJ Gamer. Everyone, hit the like button. Thank you, DJ Gamer. You should become a silver member. You obviously are a YouTuber. We can put you on the homepage of the channel and promote your channel for you. So that's something to consider. All right, let's carry on going down here. Hi, Alex is here. Alex, have you noticed all over Discord people are using your catchphrases? Very funny. I'm not gonna lie. Good morning, Stephen. Hope you're well. So, hang on, that was a bit like Vaz. VT, you know what time it is? VT, time to talking. EV toll. All right. So we've got a bit of that. Alex, good morning. Glad to hear it, Mark. Absolutely, we are the strongest family. David Knight is here. Only just started investing before Christmas. It's been brutal. If you just started investing, you have just gone through a terrible time. However, you're very lucky as well, because you're able to buy prices that the rest of us were only able to buy a year ago. So if you've only just started, this is great for you. But it's also good to learn to lose as well. It's the most important first lesson you learn. And if you're buying the S&P, you are doing very well right now if you've just come in, because you're buying huge dips. 19.7 forward PE, as I explained in the video yesterday. Really important stuff. Nothing can only go down. Remember, nothing can only go down, says Alex. Let's go. Alan Mark Smith is here. Came in to like. Hope everyone has a good day. Shane Holder, thank you, Shane, for your support. Dennis Keith, no worries, Martin, thank you. Dynamite Power. Dynamite Power is the partner to... what was the name? When I see it in a minute, I'll remember. Then we got a couple here. We got a husband and wife watch the show, and I'll share with you. What was the name? It begins with P. But anyway, hello, Dynamite Power. I get so many messages, guys. You must understand. It's like tens of thousands, different things all the time. So anyway, Dynamite Power, your lady is here in the show, I believe, and I'll be sharing a picture of her in a moment, as she's just got a new mug. Josh Monroe, good morning to you. Jim C, good morning. Alan Mark Smith. Paul, good morning, Martin. Hope you had a blessed day. Thank you so much indeed. Vanessa is here. Wussah. I have money to buy VOO. Looking for it to go down some more first. Ooh, there's always the proverbial comment there. I'm looking for it to go down lower. It's already undervalued. I've been buying it. That's Platinum Crystal. That's who I was talking about. Platinum Crystal. So let me do that right now before I forget. Platinum Crystal. Let me share this with you. So Platinum and Dynamite, they've been sending me messages, which is wonderful, on Discord. And they are a couple. They watch together. How cool is that? I mean, I think that's our first couple. But I want to celebrate. Here it is. Let me do this now. And play memory video. There we go. Let's do this for you. There you go. Let me clear the decks there. You can see all our latest mug members. And in a moment, you will see Platinum Crystal, who is the good lady of Dynamite. So we'll see that in a moment. Stand by for that. I'm shorting QQQ. Have fun, everyone. I never short stocks. It's not something I believe in, but I wish you the very best. It's just not for me. Who else we got this morning? Tanmoy Banik. I am waiting for another 2 days before I buy. I'm hoping that maybe on Thursday. I think that's a very dangerous strategy, waiting for it to go down lower after the event. It could be the rally of rallies. But that's up to you. As I explained before, on a really important video. It's not about price action, it's about valuation, and the valuation is there. If you choose to wait for price action, that's up to you, but 95% of traders will lose doing that strategy, but maybe you're better than everyone else. We'll find out. Mic drop after a few more space. Stephen Mariana, Alan Clark is here, top of the morning. Welcome to you. Good morning, Platinum Crystal. There you go. Good morning to you. We've got another new guest here, Alreza Zaref Zavara. Good morning. I explained to you the effects of tariff, but you had another idea. Well, thank you for explaining it to me. I appreciate it. You know, maybe you know more than I do. Most people do. That's perfectly fine. Here are our latest members. You'll see Crystal in a moment. Jocelyn, good morning to you. Morning, Jocelyn. Walker wonders why is here. We're all doomed, people. Investing into gold at the moment. Is TJ here? We had some storms on tornado sirens yesterday. Yes, we did here as well. Okay, here comes our latest members. Here you go. And there she is. There you go. As promised on the show. Wonderful stuff indeed. The Lucasade mugs. There you go. So if you get yourself a mug, send it in. We will share it on the screen, and you'll be part of the family there, right? Cowboy Bob, recovery, 3rd week of April, I believe, down quite a bit till then. Hold on for the ride. Paul, Trump must be crashing the USA to lower his debt repayments. It is about the government repayments. I put the video out. If you missed that video, I've got it pinned to the top. Must-see video before the open. I hope you saw it this morning. It's a very important video I just put out. If you go to the homepage of the channel, if you've not yet seen this, go and watch it now before the show, before the bell goes. On the homepage of the channel where you're watching right now, this is where you are right now on the homepage. Scroll down and go to videos, tariff trades. If you've not yet seen this, watch this all the way through before the bell this morning. I cannot emphasize this enough of what is happening. Share, let me copy the link. All right, let me go back to here a second. Let me put it in the chat. It's already pinned in the chat. You need to watch this. If you've not yet watched it, you need to watch it before the bell. You need to understand the valuation of the S&P. You need to understand what is going on in the market. And I mentioned all that at the end. That's one of the points we touch on. Paul, Ed Nevius is here. This must be a scalp trader's dream right now. Now, if you want to know how to scalp trade successfully, here is the man, Ed Nevius. I'm in the process of recording a series of training videos. Unfortunately, I've not been able to get hold of Ed, but I'm working with Sensei. I hope Ed can join us. I'm trying to record a whole series of training videos, scalp training videos that will be exclusive to Discord members, and they'll be coming out soon. So if you are a Discord member and if you're a premium member, you get early access as well. Let me give you the link here. If you are a member of our channel and you've got a 1-month badge, you can give me your Discord username in the chat on a live show, and I will upgrade you and give you access. But if you are a premium customer, you get these first. There is how to become Discord. It's only a couple of bucks a month. You're supporting the channel, and there are many perks. Plus, you can talk to Ed Nevius and me. I reply to all of my YouTube members, and I also reply to all of my Discord premium members as well, every single time, every single comment, all right? And you can access Sensei for training, charts, Ed Nevius, and you can also get these training videos which are on the way. So there is Discord, all right? There's X and Instagram if you'd like to follow me over there. And if you want to become a member, that's how to become a member. All right, let me carry on. Mike Mealy is here this morning. Green on the 3rd. We'll cover that. We'll cover it in a moment. Donna B, good morning to you. Making sure I get through all the new comments. We got another new guest, Mahir. Positive vibes. Nobody sell. Buy low. God bless you all. History repeats itself. Does it though? That's what we've put out on our video. Order on XRP with my last Crypto Junkie is buying XRP. Hey, Platinum Crystal, there you go. Am I buying end of the week? I am buying at the end of the week. That could be a mistake. Always say not gonna lie, and I know, right, drive Matt's nuts. I'm here. Love your tips, Martyn. Thank you so much indeed, Platinum Crystal. I'm already nuts. Okay, Jim C has just come on in. Martyn, have you run out of mugs to buy? When are you going to get more? Yeah, many of our mugs have sold out, unfortunately. There's new ones coming. Jim C, stand by. Any day now we'll be dropping some new mugs. And there's always this mug, though. The main mug is always available. Let me go to the shop and show you. Where's the shop? Where's the shop? Yeah. So if you go here, Jim C, my mug is always available. So Martyn Lucas merch. All right, I've got my latte mug, and I've got my big mug. I've got my t-shirt, and I've got my hoodie. These are staples. These are the things that never sell out. These are always available. All right. If you want to get my mug, you can see it's what it looks like. It's really big, a lot bigger than the original mugs we used to have. I've signed it as well for you. It's etched in there, and that's what it looks like on the table. All right. They're really, really big. And these are always available. The main mugs, the main t-shirts, the main hoodies are all available. MartynLucasShop.com. Send in a picture, and you can be part of our gallery. All right. Okay, cool. Let's carry on. I'm getting through all the comments first, then we're going to talk about the news. Spot on, Martyn, Mr. Drone Boy. Thank you very much indeed. That's very kind of you. Tanmoy Banik. No, I meant I bought until last week, Friday. Only this week I'm waiting and planning to buy, just not today. Morning, Jocelyn. Thank you. Platinum Crystal, you're very welcome. Wasar. You see that? I remembered this morning. I remembered. New guest, Sampia De Beer, after South Africa. I've toured all over South Africa, all over Africa as well, North Africa and South and Mid, because it's a rather large continent. And Johannesburg, J-Berg, as they say, welcome to you. XRP is going up pretty fast. Let's have a quick look at XRP. It's only just doing a V-shape rebounding from where it was. It's nice to see it, but I wouldn't get too excited just yet. But nice to see it nevertheless. Dennis Keith, thank you for sharing that with me. Thank you, Martyn. We'll watch it now. Really do need to go and see that before the show starts, folks. Really, really important. In focus. Good morning. Oh, too much pain today. Not if you understand what's going on, there's not. Very high liquidations over the weekend. I'm sure we'll see loads of green days soon. My XRP mug never came yet, and I can't find the tracking number. Dennis Keith, I think you sent me a message on Discord about that. What you need to do is you will have an email when you bought something. So check your junk folder. If you've lost it, can't see it, can't find it, lost the tracking number, it sounds like you say you lost the tracking number. Go into Discord and tag in Sensei. You can find Sensei's own channel. He's got his own channel where he supports people. You've got the merchandise channel as well. If you are a member of the channel, you can get access to all of that. Dennis Keith, have you got a 2-month badge? Yes. If you've not got access to Discord, either go premium or tell me your username in the chat now and I'll upgrade you so you can talk to Sensei. So if you do that and then tag Sensei in, start to write his name, find him in, tag him in. He will then be notified. You message me, I don't run the shop. So if you tag Sensei, he will see it, or go into his channel, he will see it, or he'll be on a live show or whatever, or every Sunday. There's loads of ways to reach Sensei through our services. And he's also got his own, obviously, his X account as well. You can direct message him as well. And you can find that by looking at my X account. So here is the link to my X account. This is another way you can do it. If you go to my X account here, all right, and you can see I'm the real Martyn Lucas because I only follow 3 people. That's how you know. And I follow myself on my music, on my personal music channel, EV Toll, and these are my broadcasters and Sensei. So you could click on Sensei, find his name, send him a direct message. So there are many ways that you can actually sort this issue out. All right. but I'm sure it's in progress anyway. Normally arrives in about 3 or 4 days. Very, very quick. Sensei Services. All right, very high liquidations. We covered Dennis Keith. Holler, S&P 500 forward PE and 25-year average is very good indicator to look at. Yes, 19.7 is the forward ratio what I've calculated myself. Just watch the video. Mark Saxby. Did you watch it all the way through? 20 minutes long. Did you watch it all the way through? Waiting for the bottom of the S&P to hit in a few moments. April showers brings Mayflowers with it. Hopefully a lot of green days. Okay, we've got through all the comments this morning. That was general public mode. Now, because I want to keep up with all the members, we're going to go over now to members only mode just for a moment. So let me switch to members only mode. We'll come back to general public shortly, but I want to be able to answer every question because everyone is very, very free, very concerned. And I know I am down like 20 grand. I've been buying all these dips and I'm very happy to do so because I don't buy momentum. I don't buy price action. I buy value and the S&P is under value. All right. It's as simple as that. Waiting for the bottom is a bad mistake if you just buy undervalued. It's what Warren Buffett does all the time. Mark Saxby sure did. He watched it all. Now Mark Saxby knows my thoughts on the market and hopefully that will help you be prepared. We've got half an hour to go. We'll go back to Wall Street just before the bell. There we go. We're keeping our eye on everything for you. Now then, let's go for some news of what we might expect today and tomorrow. It's worth being aware. Hopefully you've watched that video. But anyway, the first thing I want to do is mention a trend. You've heard of Rick Rolled. Well, have you been Lucas-aided? All right? Have you been Lucas-aided? What this is, it's very funny. I like this. It's all over our X account this morning. We are trending. Have you been Lucas-aided? I want everyone to start hashtagging this. Have you been Lucas-aided? All right? Put the hashtag Lucas-aids and the quote, have you been Lucas-aided? Right? What this is, look at this. This all started this morning it started with Mark Saxby. Mark Saxby has created an alarm on his phone, iPhone or Android. Thought you might get a kick out of this on my iPhone. Martyn soon. 25 past 8, which is Eastern time, 25 past 7 Central time. You could have your time. And, you've heard of Rick Rolled. Well, this is you've been Lucas-aided, all right? Basically, what people are doing, they're sharing this around. Which alarm are you using to remind you that the show is about to start? I think this is so, so cool. I'm actually going to put out my own ringtone, which is going to be, is there anybody out there? So is there anybody out there? That'll be the thing, how it will go, right? So you can wake up to that, at least have your alarm for the show. It's really cool. People are sharing it. People are following me for it. This is like really, really funny. There's another one. This was done by Echo. I think Echo is in the chat right now. Did I see Echo in the show a few moments ago? I think I may have done. Anyway, he's got an alarm. He uses the money machine as a sound. That's really cool. Evtol, Echo likes that. Very cool. We love it. He's sharing it. What else have we got here? Eugene, thank you for sharing that. Echo, there we go. Echo is trying to win the trophy this year for Fan of the Year. He's competing with Eugene McCombs at the moment, and Mike, as always, sharing everything. It's amazing. Look, Mike shares everything as well. So this year, we're going to have our biggest trophy ever for 2025. Who's going to win it this year? Mark Saxby's also reposting everything. Remember, it's not just X, it's Instagram as well. There's my Instagram and X in the chat for you right now. So if you want to set a ringtone, I actually repost them on the channel. I repost it on the channel, so it helps you grow on X as well. So I actually repost these for you to promote you as well. So it's very, very cool. I love it. I love it. Love it. Okay. Now, I'd like you to vote in this, a very important poll. I'm going to put it up here. Then I'm going to come to the news about trades. I did give you warning of this the other day. The tariff trade, my no fear, and why I've got no fear, because I understand the value. I'm not concerned with the momentum or trade action, not interested in it at all. Now, I asked you this question here. Scroll down to this post here. I'll give you my X account again. There you go. Did you miss do you miss my X verification tick? So I've been warning you about it for a month that I was not going to pay for it because I felt I was just giving Elon Musk a tip. Still had many scammers pretend to be me. They are now all reported and going through some legal processes that I'm putting in place. I don't mess around with people who try to manipulate my audience. Excuse me. So they've all been reported. They'll all be banned this week and taking legal action on all of them. So please do look out for that. Hopefully you won't see them anymore after another couple of days. I asked you, do you miss my verification tick? And I've asked you to vote in this, but also give me your thoughts as well. And I've actually learned some things I didn't know. And I've actually been taking notes. So I want to see, should I get my tick back again? Do you miss it? So 44% of you said yes, you miss it. 44% no opinion either way, so that's kind of neutral. But only 12% don't. So it does seem that most of you do miss it and you'd like to see me have it. And I've learned a lot by you commenting on how you feel and what you're noticing and so on and so forth. And I've noticed a few things that I didn't know. So I'm going to share this with you. Here it is. So some of these points I knew. Shorter replies, I can't actually respond to you as much as I'd like to because the replies are shorter. I didn't know that. More ads, I get more ads, which means you see more ads. And again, I'm trying to improve the performance for you. Less replies, apparently. I'm on lower priority, apparently. I don't know. My replies seem about the same, but Elon Musk says you get less replies. I don't know. Shorter posts as well. Not only shorter responses, but shorter posts. And sometimes I can't put everything I want to say in there. I've got no tick, so I don't stand out above the scammers. Profile, no, well, that's just between me and myself. I can't change the way I display it. People might search by verified. Now, one of my viewers, one of my Lucasades said some people search by verified accounts. No, I didn't know that. So obviously I'm losing by not being verified. So I'd like your thoughts on this. Go and vote on it and leave me your thoughts of what you feel about it and whether you feel I should pay the money. And the reason why I cancelled it was because I paid for a lot of these. I have about, I have 2 on X, I had 2 on Instagram, I had 2 on Facebook. I was paying for 6 at one point. I think I was paying somewhere like $500-600 a year. And it was just unnecessary cost. I don't think I was getting any benefit from it. But let me know your thoughts and I'll keep my eye on that and so on. Right, let's go on to the news. Christopher has just liked 3 of my posts. And Eugene's like 31. So we got a big battle now for the you've been Lucas aided and also to win the trophy this year. All right. Love it, Martin. Lucas AIDS. Yeah, you got to spell it right though. That's not how you spell Lucas AIDS, though, is it? All right. That's how you spell Lucas AIDS. If you start spelling it incorrectly, it's not going to work. All right. You can't make up a new one. Anyway, good day, everyone. Well, you can. Do what you want. Good day, everyone. Be strong, be patient. Oops. Yeah, oops is right. All right, you've been Lucas-aided, like Rick Roll. Okay, now let's talk about the tariffs. If you've not yet seen the video, I hope you have. Wow. Everyone's liking everything. Everyone's reposting everything. The reposts are the most powerful. Wow, it's gone nuts. Oh, my God. Everyone's posting and reposting everything. Okay, now for you don't, if it continues like this, if more people get involved, I'll have an even better trophy. If we get a really big year this year, we'll have to have something really special. And there'll have to be something extra special, not just a big trophy. There'll have to be a prize as well. So anyway, let's get on to this now. Then the tariffs. How long have we got? We got 20 minutes. We've got 2 days to go. April the 1st. April's normally a good month. Is it going to be a good month? We just don't know. Well, we're about to find out. So the first thing you need to do, pinned to the top of the channel, is a video you need to go and look at. All right, I put this out yesterday, and it's only just come out, so very few people have seen it. This is the homepage of the channel. This is where you are watching live right now. Scroll down to videos. It's called Tariff Trades. You need to understand, and the rally is coming. Interview here with Tom Lee, and there is my video. It's actually, I'm really excited because it's not XRP, it's not a trending title, but it's done over 2,000 views in 16 hours. It's my #1 video at the moment over the last 10. That's how it sort of measures it. And it's really great. People are watching it all the way through. I go into all of my thoughts on tariffs and how Warren Buffett trades and the valuations as opposed to trade action. Go and check that out, okay? All right. Once you've done that, come back. You've got time to watch that before the show. If not, watch it now, watch it later. But let me show you some news when it comes to tariffs. And need to be really clear with this. There's no doubt about it. It was done on purpose to bring the market down. As we go day by day, we're realizing this more and more. It was done on purpose to bring the markets down. But you have to remember, that sounds great because now people that's starting investing can buy what people paid a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, if it carries on like this, which is great. I understand that. But there are many people now, their pensions are being destroyed. They've been investing all their lives and their pensions are being destroyed, okay? If you're retiring now, you don't want to cash in your pension. You don't want to be taking profit, right? And maybe you've got no choice. Lots of people are losing their jobs. We've got prices and volatility everywhere. We've got inflation going up and all the rest of it. But I think Trump didn't consider this. It's done. Is it done to negotiate? Well, maybe not. Now he's saying the tariffs are staying on. Don't know. We'll find out. 2nd of April. Will they go ahead? Will they be negotiated in the last minute? Today, tomorrow? Well, we'll find out soon, right? But what he probably didn't bank on, and this is a major problem. Donald Trump clearly is a patriot. He loves America. He wants America to win. He wants America to be first. That's great. However, no country can be first. You've got to work together as a global community. You can lead, you can be strong, you can be this and that and the other, but you cannot just crap on your investors, your customers. America is nothing unless anyone buys anything from America. The #1 expense now in America is its debt. It's the highest debt in the world, and its #1 expense is not innovation or building things or no. Its #1 expense is now the debt. That is not a good thing, and that's what Trump wants to bring down. That's a good thing, right? Well, it's a good goal, but it's a terrible thing that America's biggest expense is debt. That's the worst in the world. Not a good statistic. Its second biggest expense is its military, is its army, navy, air force, and so on and so forth. Well, that's great. However, doesn't build anything, doesn't make anything. You want your #1 investment to be something like building things, making things to make the country strong. This is why the dollar is the reserve currency of the world. It's forced to be the dollar because of its military. Its power around the world can keep the dollar in place. However, if you're focusing on your biggest expense is debt, your second biggest expense is the military, you're running out of money to build things, okay? Now, the problem is that's what Trump's trying to do, right? He's trying to bring things back into America. We're trying to bring down the market so we can bring down rates because we're about to refinance the national debt. It's at 4%. He wants it to be 2% or 1%. Literally save billions. So bringing the market down forces the Fed to print money, forces the Fed to get people to buy the market and lower rates, and the market goes rocketing up once again. This is what happens, all right? But we don't want it to be done for force. We want it to be done because of growth. You need the economy to do well. Well, the general economy in the United States is doing well, but tariffs is not good news, right, for anyone. It just makes everything more expensive for everyone. Now, It's fair. I think it's fair. I think most people would agree that you should have like-for-like tariffs. If a country says, we're going to charge you 10% to sell to us, that America should say, well, you got to pay 10% to sell to us. It should go the same. Reciprocal tariffs. You charge us, we charge you. It would be great, of course, if we took all tariffs away and had free trade. Everyone does what they want. Now, it doesn't always work out that way because strong nations would dominate and everybody else would fail. Now, you can't ultimately be the big player and everyone fail, because if everyone fails, you've got no customers. You can't just be the most powerful country in the world and bankrupt everyone and have everything done here. Other countries need to build stuff. If other countries' economies collapse, there is no global economy. So you can't just be an island, all right? You can't just go, well, sod everyone, we'll just be an island. Unless, of course, Trump wants every country to be America. That would be great. Now, if every country was America, in other words, a global empire, England tried it. It didn't work out very well. We got 1/3 of the world, but the rest of it fell apart. Yes, but that's never going to happen because countries are never going to go, yeah, okay, take over and just become one country, right? Greenland don't even want to do it, and that's one tiny little island. So China, England, Australia, Japan, Africa, they're not all going to become America, right? So that's never going to happen. People want their own identity, and they'd never, imagine Russia agreeing to that, right? So that's not going to happen. So because that's not going to happen, you have to have some global relationships. You have to be able to sell stuff. Now, this story here shows everything I've just said and puts it in a nutshell. This is the problem. Trump did not bargain on because he's such a pro-America, which is great. However, you have to be a bit of a diplomat as well, not just a businessman and go, let's bankrupt everybody. A country is not just a business. It has to have partnerships, strategic partnerships with everyone, whether they make you money or not. A business can go, stuff it. I'm only doing business with my customers who've got money. Everyone else can shove it, right? Whereas a country has to actually have some partnerships with people that actually don't bring any money to the table, but it's important to be their friend. Trump doesn't seem to understand that. I don't think. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But this is evidence that he doesn't, right? He didn't realize that actually other countries would form alliances and go, let's go without America. Now, America's really powerful, but most people in America, I know, I've traveled all over the world, 195 countries, which is, yes, everywhere. And most people in America have never left America. Most people think America is nipping down to Mexico for a holiday. That's the reality of it, because America is so big, north, east, south, west. A lot of people think you don't need to leave America to see everything. Well, if you travel around the world, you will see that everyone sees the world differently. And you need to understand that the world is a global community, not just America. And I think Trump is really focused on making America great by destroying everybody else. Well, now everybody else is saying, let's do the same then. Let's get together. So you've got now alliances being formed with Canada to Mexico to Europe to Africa to Australia, India, and also China going around America. Because hang on a minute, we don't need American cars, Teslas. We can make our own cars. No one wants to buy a Tesla anyway. We're not even losing anything by not buying Teslas from you. No one even wants them right now, okay? So they form alliances around the world. America now has to go, well, what do we do now? What do we do now? We've got no customers. Our biggest expense is debt. Well, that doesn't make any money. It's just debt. Our second biggest expense is the military. Well, that's great, but that doesn't make anything. So what do we do now? Well, we have to get some customers. Yeah, but the customers said, we don't want you anymore because you said stuff it. So look at this. This is not my theory. This is just facts that are happening right now. Okay. And I know no one could be more pro-America than me. And I'm from England. I wear this pin every day, England and America. And every day I buy the S&P 500. I've never sold a single share of American businesses, the S&P. I've never bought All World. I've never bought the FTSE. I'm all in buying America. But America and Americans aren't. They're all selling America. They don't believe in it. If they did, The markets wouldn't be going down. And in fact, many of you here who are Americans are saying, I'm going to buy the dip if it goes lower. It's not low enough. I'm from England and I'm already buying America. No one could be more American, pro-America than me. So it's quite weird when people have a go at me going, oh, you're having a go at Trump. No one could be more pro-America than me. So look at this. This is the news. This is happening right now. Trump's policies are fueling boycotts of American goods in Europe. Okay? We've got people boycotting, refusing to buy American goods. Salling Group, Denmark's largest retailer and the operator of supermarkets, Bilka, Fotex and Netto, has started marking on its electric price tags whether a product is owned by a European company, spurred by an increased number of customers looking to avoid American brands. President Donald Trump's policies, including threats to impose punitive tariffs and withdraw security guarantees, and his handling of Ukraine, have wrangled European leaders and consumers, which has increased calls to boycott American products. According to a YouGov poll published earlier this month, favorable attitudes towards the US in several European countries have slumped since Trump's election. Currently, there is no country in Europe where more than 50% of the population has a favorable view of the US. That is a terrible number. People love the US. They used to love the US. You need countries to love the US. You need them to buy your stuff. You need them to visit. They're not coming in here. They don't want to come here. We've now got measles breaking out all over the United States because apparently vaccines don't work and we should never take vaccines, except the people that are all catching measles are in areas where no one's now taking the vaccines. People are being warned not to come to the United States because you're going to get the measles. This is unbelievable. You've got literally people that don't understand running everything. I mean, it's beyond words. I don't know where to start with all of this. Surely we know there's corruption in the medical world and all the pharmaceutical world, but at the end of the day, if you want to know about medicine, shouldn't you be asking your doctor? And there's not a doctor alive who credible is going to say, don't take vaccines against measles. Now, I've had a vaccine against the measles. I'm not going to get the measles. But people all over Texas, where I am now, there's a whole pandemic of people catching the measles because someone who doesn't believe in vaccinations has told them not to do it. And they're not doing it and they're getting the measles. I mean, the evidence is clear. Now, this is really scary because now people are being told not to come to America. Not only don't buy stuff, but don't visit America either. Oh my God. I mean, when's this going to end? Opinions towards the US were the least positive in Denmark, no surprise there, which saw a 20% drop driven by Trump's repeated calls to take over Greenland. Now let's remember, J.D. Vance visited Greenland a few days ago. What actually happened? He went to Greenland and he could only be received by the American military base. He was there for 20 minutes. Nobody wanted to see him. He had no invitation from anyone. He went in, landed at the American base, turned around and went back again. Talk about waste of money. I mean, it was insane, right? You got to have friends. You can be strong. You can be confident. You can be America. I love America. I sing the national anthem. I buy American businesses all the time. I live in America. I pay taxes in America. But one thing I try to do is make friends with everyone. It's why I'm on X and why I'm on Blue Sky. I'm in both sides. I talk to both people. I don't go, I'm only on X because I love Donald Trump. I'm only on Blue Sky because I love what was, Biden, obviously Democratic. I love everyone and you have to talk to everyone. That's what being a Democrat is, well, democratic is. That's what being political is. That's what being a leader is. You've got to bring everyone to the table and not alienate people. Anyway, 50% of the French are ready to boycott American goods and services in the coming months as public perception of the US falls to its lowest in 40 years. 40 years, according to a survey by polling firm iTop for website nyc.france. Coca-Cola was the most boycotted brand, followed by McDonald's, Starbucks, SBUX, KFC. The IFTOP survey added Elon Musk, Tesla, and social media platform were the only two non-food brands to be significantly boycotted. A Danish Facebook group, Boycott Vara fra USA, boycott products from the USA, has drawn nearly 93,000 members since its creation in February. A similar Swedish group, Boykotta Vara från USA, has attracted nearly 83,000. Now, I just want to come in at this point and talk about all of these things here, about the price action. The price is no indicator. No one cares on value anymore. No one cares about value. It's all about price action. Buffett is no bell. He is the bell. Do not copy his trades. You don't need it. He doesn't need it. That's why he trades, he invests so wisely. Wait, patience, and bullish and bearish is completely flipping nonsense. These were some points I put in my video, which I pinned to the top, which you must watch before the bell. You must watch before April the 2nd to understand what is going on. Now, proud Americans, and I am proud to be in America. I'm proud to only buy American businesses. I'm proud to pay American taxes. I'm proud to be married to American. I love being here. I'm going for my citizenship to become a citizen of the United States. I'm currently a green card holder. However, you cannot crap on everyone and think America can do what it wants if America is first. You have to be equal. You have to be a strong equal. Be powerful. But you have to have customers and relationships around the world. You can't simply just bully your way and tell everybody you can do what you want, because the rest of the world's going, well, we don't need you then. And they'll never come back. And the reason why they won't come back is once they found new alliances, they don't need to come back. Right now, you need American businesses. You need American services. Well, what about at some point when you don't need American services? Because you're getting everything you need from somewhere else. What happens then? Every empire fails at some point. The British Empire failed. We all know what happened to the British Empire. It failed. The Roman Empire, the Mayan Empire, it got all around the world, empires fail. And America wasn't even an empire. It was a strong country leading by force. If you lead by force, and that is why the dollar, if you look through history, is the central currency, the global currency, because of the military power of the United States. Is that a good thing? Well, yes and no. Yes, because everyone relies on you to come to the rescue, and that's why Trump's upset about that. Why does everyone think that America's always going to come to their aid? But if your only thing is the military and no one's buying your products and services, what does the military do? Force people to buy stuff? Well, that's not going to work, is it? And then what do you do? So, I hope by tomorrow, I really, really hope by tomorrow, Trump has managed to pull off the deal of the century. Remember, when we talk about Trump, people say he's a businessman, but he has gone bankrupt 6 times. America can't go bankrupt once, okay? It's not a good track record when you've gone bankrupt multiple times. And I don't mean personally, I mean his businesses. Many of them failed. Why did they fail? Because of his tactics to try and push through his ideas. He had all kinds of Trump steak, Trump wine that nobody wanted. It didn't work. You can't force an issue. You can negotiate an issue. And what we're trying to do now is force an issue. Forcing an issue just does not work. We have to be diplomatic. We have to be, we can't just be a businessman. Because remember, if you are a businessman and all you care about is running a business, the country is not a business. And let me explain why it's not a business. A business says, I'm only talking to my customers, the ones that make me money. And that kind of makes sense. Your time is valuable, so you're only going to talk to the people that make you money. I understand that. That makes some kind of sense. However, a country has to do deals with people so people do things for you. Not just because it's nice, it's beneficial to the country. If you've got another country, let's say, for example, a country in Africa, and I know I've been there, and you've got a developing country that's making no money, that's full of disease, and you can help them cure disease, that costs you billions. But why would you do it? Because one day they're going to be a developing country and they're going to be your best friend. So you have to invest. Not only do you invest in them because they might one day be your customer, but also you build relationships because it's a good thing to do if you can cure AIDS or if you can cure starvation or whatever. So to throw all aid because it's not helping you directly right now is a bad idea. It's probably a good idea. It's probably a good idea to cut out waste. Yes, if you are sponsoring something that's a waste of money and you've been exploited by somebody, yes. But if you're helping somebody, you're trying to benefit a country, grow a country, take it out of poverty, so on and so forth, that is a good thing. That benefits the country, the world, and will benefit you long term. That analogy, that philosophy seems to be lost. The opening bell is just seconds away. Let me refresh the screen. Stand by. Opening bell coming up. Here we go. Opening bell, seconds away. I'm on it. Okay, here we go.
Buy Nuveen. Invest like the future is watching.
Here we go. Few seconds to go. Let's get ready to ring the bell.
No, I'm fine.
A few seconds before the opening bell here. One name to watch, Jim, will be Moderna, down 8 pre-market.
Yeah.
I guess ostensibly on the fiery resignation by Peter Marks at the FDA.
Jeez, I found that this was really extraordinary.
3, 2,
dedicated
1.
official, obviously going to require us to leave, has favored mRNA. mRNA
Here goes the bell.
Discourse of being able to way to do personalized cancer vaccines. If that's halted, then I think that you would question the worth of Moderna.
Let's get ready.
Moderna
The bell has
is
gone.
now problematic situation.
Let's go through all our positions and see what's moving today. So, first of all, the overall portfolio is down again today. No one could be more bullish than me, but this is just crazy what we're doing to the economy right now, unless you think it's for the better. The S&P is down. I'm down about 17,000. If you look at the last 3 months, the last 3 months, the S&P, in fact, that's the S&P, not my account. Sorry. The S&P is down again today. Virgin Galactic 291, another all-time lows. People are so upset, going, why is it going down again? Well, it's going down again because of the overall market. I can't predict that, unfortunately. Well, I mean, I'm do my best I can, but I can't stop it going down because everything's going down. Palantir going down to actually fair value now, which is good. Gold is up today. Uncertainty. Amazon going down. That's a good buy. Apple trying to push back up again. And next year, energy, solar going up. Energy is one of the leaders you need to be buying right now. Enphase Energy undervalue again. Coca-Cola going up despite what's going on around the world. J&J. The reason for this is not because they're selling more, because people are moving into defensive stocks with solid dividend businesses, and it's the brand. The brand is being damaged, but it will come back. People will not turn away forever. But who knows? J&J going up, bellwether, defensive, protect yourself. I've been saying this forever. These are the stocks to be in this year. However, I bought the S&P because I'm supporting the S&P. I'm doing what's right for my viewers. I'm doing what's right for America. No one else seems to be doing that, though. J&J is going up. Oil is going up. Drill, baby, drill. The drillers don't want it either now because they're losing money to do it. They don't want oil to go down. They want oil to go up. Drillers don't want to do it. Who wants drill, baby, drill? People that voted for Trump, yes, they want it. I understand it. But the drillers are saying, we're not doing it. We're not going to lose money drilling. Anyway, McDonald's down today. The brand is being affected. Google is down today. Microsoft down today. Nvidia 105. Here's our buy level. We said it would go to $100. It's at $105 now. This is undervalued. This is a good time to buy. But why is no one buying? I don't understand. People are not buying America. I can't buy anymore. If I had some money, I would buy. I can't buy a single penny more. I'm fully in. Tilray Brands. People keep saying that Trump wants to push this through. He doesn't. There's no interest in this whatsoever. Robinhood down today. Well, obviously, it's a brokerage. Everyone's selling everything, so Robinhood goes down. IonQ down. That is good because it's too expensive. Actually, that's, okay. Rocket Lab down today. Also too expensive. Plug Power. Now it's being completely and utterly destroyed. Hydrogen, we can't predict now where this is going. We don't know what the policies are going to be. There's no direction. It's an all-out gamble if you buy Plug Power. It could go bust now at these levels. There's nothing to stop it now. Bitcoin, 81. We have a pro-crypto government, and yet Bitcoin has gone down from 105 to 81. But if you think that one's bad, look at the Trump coin. The Trump coin's down to virtually zero. It went up 70%. The Trump family sold it at the table during the inauguration. It's now down virtually zero. All right, be careful of buying a meme coin traded on an event. It's a really bad idea. XRP is down, but actually doing better. In fact, it's about the same as Bitcoin, beg your pardon. Down 1% now today. Dear, oh dear. And anyway, there we go. We looked at Oklo last week. I did a review on it for you. That's trying to spike back up again. All right. As we watch, the markets are starting to gain momentum. We're about to break the support level. If we go through the support level, it's going down another 10 to 20%, even more. That will be a full-on market crash, one of the fastest declines in history. If you look at all the great crashes, this particular correction at the moment, but we're now virtually on the edge of a crash. If we go down any more, we're going to be going into crash territory, and then it will drop 10%. Then we are in a crash. If you look at the rate it's gone down, the speed it's gone down, it's our fastest decline in history. This is not a good start for Donald Trump's presidency. It's one of the worst starts of any presidency. It's not our biggest drop, nowhere near the Great Depression, things like that, the dot-com crash, the housing crisis. These were further, much bigger crashes. We're still just correcting, but we're bouncing off this line all the time, whether we're going to break it. This is a really, 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 really bad time for America. And I'm really concerned that other countries are now going to use this as an opportunity to never let America come back. This could happen. I hope not. I'm investing in America. I'm still giving it my all. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to flip-flop. I'm not going to do a meet Kevin and suddenly say I'm going to sell it, buy this or buy that. I'm staying invested in America. I'm buying the dip, not because of price action, not because of bullish or bearishness sentiment. I'm buying it because of valuation. It's undervalued. These American businesses are now undervalued. They are all undervalued. So there you go. Just got VU at 504. Congratulations. I only wish my average now is 500. Can you believe it? If you look at my average now on VU, because I bought it like 380, but I've obviously been buying a lot since then. Obviously it's been going up and then now back down again. My average, if you look, my average is $500 now, flat, and 14 cents. That's my average. I've got nearly $300,000 now invested. Well, I've got I think it's $309,000 in total. $309,000 now in total with my Roth IRA and my main account. I mean, how much more bullish do you want? How much more bullish do you want an Englishman to be in America? I can't be any more bullish. However, I like to take bullish off the table. There is my pending dividend. That'll be cleared by the end of the day. I hope that the S&P is still down by then, but this will be saved for my margin interest payments because I'm fully invested. But what's on my Roth IRA? If we go to my Roth IRA, what comes in here will buy this dip. $127. That will come in and that will buy the dip. You can see there. I'm down 10% on the S&P because I've not been able to buy because my Roth IRA is maxed. I wouldn't have sold it, obviously, at a loss. That seems a bit stupid. So there's no tax advantage to doing that. So there's no real point. Anyway, there we are. Now, are we getting a bottom now? Well, we're trying to support, but it's looking weak. Let me go to the comments. I'll do members only for 5 minutes and then I'll open it up for everybody else. So if you want to be a member, there is the membership link. There's my X and Instagram. There's Discord for the free training. We don't charge you here. We're here to help people. That's what this show is all about. Right, let me go through some of the questions. Can't argue with the facts. You can't argue with the facts. Okay, I like Coca-Cola, but they do have factories everywhere. Coca-Cola, Jerry, is not about bottles, factories, or even Coca-Cola. It's about the intellectual property. It's about the name. It's about the brand. The brand is being attacked right now, but the brand will never go away. Even if we had World War III, we'd come back with the brand, all right? America has buyers. America has consumers. America has buyers. America has consumers. Jerry, but America can't survive just by Americans buying American stuff. That wouldn't work. America has to export stuff. If it doesn't export anything, it doesn't make anything. I mean, I need to explain this. So people just don't understand this. They go, the iPhone is an American business. It is. Right? You can't just sell iPhones in America. You've got to sell American iPhones all around the world. People will say, hang on though, it's made in China. Yes, it's made in China. Why can't we make it in America? And people say it's because of cheap labor. It's partly because of cheap labor, because no one would spend $4,000 on an iPhone, and that's what it would cost if it was made in America. But it's not that. The reason why, and I've been to China, I know, the reason why it's made in China is because China can make it. You can't make it in America. The discipline and the structure and the workforce of the iPhone, the Apple employees in China is second to none. Apple want the best people to make the iPhones for them. That's why they go to China. No one in America is going to be able to make an iPhone. So not only do you need China to be your partner, you need to be friends with China. They make your stuff, but you also need China to buy your stuff. So that's important. A lot of folks who spend a lot of money are boycotting. They are not getting that money now. That is true. There must be a line between being a bully and being walked all over by countries, hitting America products with tariffs. I'm not sure where that is, but it's somewhere between then and now. Logan Strand, absolutely correct. You are right. We need balance. I'm going to open the phone line up. If you want to be live on today's show, let me give you the link. If you want to call in, you have to be a member. And before you call in, you have to put your name in the chat that you are calling in, so I can see it's a member calling in and you are calling in, so I will go and look. I don't look to see who's ringing in. I don't see who's ringing in until you tell me in the chat you are ringing in, and then I go and look, and then I bring you into the call. If you'd like to have your say today, maybe you'd like to say you are happy with what Trump's doing. Maybe you want to say you're not happy with what Trump's doing. Maybe you want to ask me a question. Maybe you want to be on the video call for a minute or an hour. It's entirely up to you. Everyone has a voice here. Everyone can ask a question. Everyone can call in, as long as you're a member, because that way we verify trolls and bots. Everyone can have a say. We discuss everything. Everything. Ask me anything you want, live, unedited. Please call in. The link is in the chat. If you want to call in, you have to let me know you're calling in before you do so. There was fear his first term also, and we had best markets ever until COVID. TJ Snyder, we didn't have the best markets ever until COVID. TJ Snyder, the reality is, I don't know why people say this. TJ Snyder, let's look at the actual S&P 500. The best 2 years ever were the last 2 years. That's not a matter of opinion. That's a matter of fact. If you look at the last 2 years, 22, 23, 24, these were the best 2 years ever. We've had the greatest growth in the last 2 years. That's not an opinion. That's not pro-Trump, negative Trump. That's facts. We are here for facts. We are here to make people wealthy. We're here to make friends. We're here to do the right thing. We're here to tell the truth. We're here to be unedited and live. The best 2 years in the stock market have been the last 2 years. Inflation has been consistently coming down. And the stock market has been rising unprecedentedly over the last 2 years. So to say the best time in the stock market was during Trump is not true. We did have a good rally, and you are right. After COVID, it collapsed. But the best 2 years have been the last 2 years. Undoubtedly, if you look at the growth, if you look at how much inflation has come down, that was the best 2 years. That's not an opinion. That's me sharing the facts on the screen. You can see for yourself. I'm not making this stuff up. All right. So I think in a week we will be feeling much better. I really can't see this keep going. Well, let's hope not. But if companies form partnerships, they might never come back. Sold some shares of stocks to put more in gold to wait and see. I wouldn't have sold. Why would you be selling, TJ Snyder? You're selling to buy gold. You're selling on the way down. That's the worst thing any retail investor does. You should be buying the S&P. You're selling on the way down, which is the worst thing to do, and you're buying on gold on the way up. You're doing that because of emotion. TJ Snyder, I'd love you to call in. Honestly, mate, that is the worst thing you can do. You're going, this is terrible. You're looking at price action. You didn't watch my video all the way through, the one I recorded for you last night for you all to watch. I pleaded with people, please, please, please watch this. You're now buying at gold all-time highs. You're selling on the way down. We've already had now a 15% correction. But yet you're buying on the way down. TJ Snyder, do you know what? I'm going to make a video with that, 8:44. I've got so much stuff to do today. 8:44. 8:44. Okay. Oh, man. This is the biggest mistake anyone makes. So here we go, 8:44. I'm going to share this one now. Right. Don't sell now. People are doing it right now as I speak and make this video. I've got comments coming in saying, I'm selling, I'm giving up, I'm out of the market. Look at this comment, just came in here now. I'm going to share on the screen with you. Sold some shares of stocks to put more into gold to wait to see what market does. This is a very, very, very bad fundamental mistake. We look at the markets right now. Price is no indicator. This is not how to look at it. I just put a video out and I pleaded with everyone, please go and watch this video. You need to see this video. I'll share this video with you right now. You must go and look at this. And I said to people, please go and check this out because this is everything to you right now. Price is no indicator. People are looking at price action and they're making moves on price action rather than valuations, and they're missing their right. They're missing their right to be in the market when it turns around, and buying gold at an all-time high. That is the most basic fundamental principles. You're getting upside down. Look at this. I put this video out last night. This is really, really important that everyone sees this. On my channel live right now, we're doing a live reaction to the tariffs. Countries around the world are boycotting America. All over the place, America are losing their customers. Terrible, terrible, terrible stuff. Down here, I put this video out. You must see this before tomorrow. Tariff trades. You must understand what is going on. Trump is doing this on purpose to bring the rates down for the national debt. You must watch this video. Please do this. Otherwise, you're making fundamental mistakes like one of our members here, DJ Snyder, selling shares on the way down to buy gold on the way up. That is the biggest mistake you could possibly make. please, please, please do watch that video. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Tomorrow is the most important day that many investors have ever seen over the last 10, maybe 20 years. Some would argue 40 years if you look what's happening in Europe right now. Go and check out that video before tomorrow morning. Down here, the psychology of investing. You must watch the psychology of investing. Otherwise, you're going to miss your lifetime opportunity before tomorrow. Take care of yourselves and each other. Okay, I'm going to put that out shortly. We've got RB says, I'm calling in. RB wants to be on the show. Okay, let me put you there. RB is calling in guest spot number 1. All right, RB, you are live on the show. I'll bring you into the show in just a second. RB, guest spot number 1. Vu just got 504. He's an Englishman in Dallas. I am an Englishman in Dallas, and no one could be more bullish than me. Good morning. My size running up. Forbes are predicting that the US will default on its debt by June. Moody's will lower the US credit rating again. Dear, oh dear, I can't verify that. I'm taking your word for it, but I would need to go and check that. I have a limit order on Vu at 502, 1 whole share. He's an alien, illegal alien. He's an Englishman in Dallas. I am indeed Englishman in New York. Stay strong, Martyn. Like you say, in a couple of years, these prices will be a distant memory. That is true. That's why we push the robots in factories. It's cheaper labor. Facts, reality. That's what you're getting on this show. I'm selling stocks that I'm already up, not the S&P, but everything you're up on, you're down on right now. Why would you be selling? If you were going to sell, you should have sold in December. You knew there would be disruption. Why would you sell on the way down? Let's bring in our guest today. Guest spot number 1. We've got RB live on the phone. I'm going to bring you in. Let's have a chat with one of our members this morning. Interview 1. RB, you're live on the show this morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm hearing, I've got only one audio going.
That's great. You are listening through the phone in, which is perfect. That way you don't get any repeat from YouTube. What you're doing is perfect. You're listening.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you perfectly. Yep. When you call in, just turn YouTube off or mute it and just talk to me through this. That way you don't get any interference. RB, how are you feeling? Where are you calling in from, first of all?
I'm calling in from Northwest Arkansas, but I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get you my sound. I can see you and hear you, but I'm hearing doubles. So I got to figure out where I got to.
The reason why you're hearing me double is you're hearing me on YouTube. So you've got a window open somewhere. Just mute YouTube and just listen to me directly on this interview screen, and you'll be fine. That's all. That's all you're doing.
YouTube.
All right. I'll come back to you when you sorted that. Just bear with me. I'll come back to you. All right. You take your time. No rush, mate. So the markets are still going down. It's looking worse and worse by the minute. It's going to do this now until the 2nd of April. Now, you could decide like many people, obviously, because it's going down, keep selling, and then whoosh on the 2nd of April. The trouble is, though, you don't know what's going to happen on the 2nd of April. The tariffs could be worse on the 2nd of April. They could be better on the 2nd of April. Maybe they've all gone away and everything's going to be perfect and we're all laughing and looking good. RB, give me a thumbs up if you're looking good. Yep, looking good. I'll bring you back to me now. Wonderful stuff. There you go. You sorted it now?
Yeah, I can hear one voice now.
That's much better, right? Did you just mute YouTube somewhere?
Yes, the other tab.
Yeah. I have to say, mate, I'm very impressed. You have the whitest teeth I've ever seen. I love it. Look at that. You're making me look like I'm like milky yellow compared to you. I mean, look at you. That's as white as they get.
Well, I'll tell you what, my this is the truth. My dentist does not do it. This is Crest White Strips. So there you go. It's a plug for Crest White Strips.
There you go. Crest White Strips. All love it. It's fantastic. It looks great.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I love it. So you're from America, the heart of America. You're the part of America that builds the country, solid America. And here we are watching the stock market go down. Is it an opportunity for you? Are you buying it? Are you selling it? What's your strategy right now?
Yes, I've been shooting you some little messages through a couple of the videos, and I'm glad I get to talk to you because, I'm for the world to see here as well. I'm like you. I'm fixed to be 56, and I started late in life trying to prepare for retirement. So I'm all in. I'm actually cashed out, so I'm ready to use margin, which I never have. And I think I would like to get everybody's opinion. I think it's time to use it because it's so low and I can buy it.
Right. I remember now you messaged me on Discord, didn't you? Asking me this question, or was it
On Discord.
on YouTube?
I haven't made it to Discord yet, but it was through one of the other
YouTube videos. You commented, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember now because you were talking about margin, and I say call into the show when we can have the conversation, right? So I'm so glad you did. The first thing then. We need to say to everybody, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not legally allowed to do that. I'm not doing it anyway. We're just having a conversation, okay, publicly in front of the world. So that's what we're doing here. Now, have you watched my margin videos?
Yes.
You have. Okay, that's great. So you understand. I showed you when I got margin called, how I adapted with it, and so on and so forth. Now you're basically saying then you've bought the market. You've used all your money. You're thinking, now I want to amplify it because I want more. I want to buy more because just like me, 56, we're the same age. I've only been doing the right thing for 14 months. The last 2 years before that, I was buying stocks that I was trading, going down, and all the rest of it. So I'm with you. I'm very new, really, and I've got to build up $1 million within the next 5 years. So it's got to do a lot. I'm not going to do that with just the money I've got. So I'm amplifying it with margin, right? So first thing I want to ask you is, what are you buying, and what do you want to buy?
I've got two. I've got XRP and I've got a allotted amount coins in that, and I really don't look to up my coins anymore in XRP because I'm in that for the long period. I'm looking at that for at least 4 years. If it hits quicker than that, fine. But I'm in long for XRP. I've got 10,000 coins I'm holding there. And I'm only in the JEPQ.
Now all this is coming back to me. I apologize for not remembering straight away. I get thousands of messages.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I answer everyone. I message you every single time, as you know. As a member, I answer every question you give me, but then I don't remember what answer I gave because that was 3 seconds ago and I've had 1,000 since then. But I'm glad you've called in, so thank you for that. JEPQ, yeah, we reviewed it the other day. I understand why you're in it. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's a good asset to own. If I was using margin, I am using margin. I'm all in. I couldn't be more. I've used all of my margin. Now, the good thing is with Robinhood, it's a responsible margin offer, a margin broker. It only allows me to double my position. In other words, if I have $10,000, when I buy something like the S&P, which is the lowest level, 25% maintenance, it's the lowest risk, lowest volatility, they double my money. So if I have 10 grand, they give me 10 grand. So basically I have 20 grand to buy the S&P, right? Whereas some of the brokerages on some of the assets will go, you can 10 times leverage. If you put in 10 grand, we'll give you 100 grand. And that's when it gets risky because now, it's risky just using margin, period. But if you're using it 10x, 20x, 100x, I mean, these things do exist, mainly on really, really bad brokerages with really silly ideas. But when you do that, you've got to go down by the smallest amount on these volatile stocks, and then you're wiped out. It just goes so quickly, you blink and you miss it. So Robinhood are being responsible there. The fact they're only allowing me, if I put 10 grand in, I can borrow 10 grand. That's responsible because then, a lot of my money is protecting what I'm buying because I'm putting my own money in as opposed to using all their money. And when it just drops the smallest amount, they'll just wipe you out and you've lost everything, right? So I'd never do more than what I'm doing now. If you put in 10 grand, borrow 10 grand, that's fine. So never do, 3x, 4x, 10x. That's the first thing. I would never do that. Second of all, I would never use margin on an individual stock. Certainly not crypto. Doesn't matter how bullish you are on XRP, it's extremely volatile and it's going to react way more and overreact even more than the S&P is going to do. If you think the S&P is going down now, well, obviously, don't even look at the Trump coin down like 80, 90%. You'll just get wiped out in seconds. So, and there's no underlying value either. It's just all speculation. It's all momentum and feelings and emotions and so on. I am buying the S&P with margin because of the valuation. That's it. And that's what Warren Buffett does. And we looked at it, 19.7 times forward PE. Anytime it's under 20, it's good value. Now, it's not free. It's not 1 for 1. It's not, and the lowest it ever was 6.5 times earnings. So it was never 1 times earnings, because it never would be unless every other investor in the world was sleeping and was not paying attention to the stock market. It's not going to get there, because people buy a future price. You invest in something because you believe it's going to be bigger in the future. That's all that investing is, right? So because of that, people are buying it. And when they buy it, the price starts going up. That's how this whole thing works. Buying and selling works by who's buying and selling. You can't buy anything unless anyone's selling. And if they're not selling, the price goes up until they are selling. That's how the market makers make the market work. That's what it means, right? So the prices go up because people won't sell, and the prices go down because people are selling, okay? So price action is irrelevant. What we want to know is what the value of it is. Now, a can of Coke at 50 cents is good value because you see it down the supermarket at $1. So you go, I can buy it at 50 cents because it's a half price deal. Let me load up, let me fill the fridge up with Coke. I'm going to save money there because it's half price. And I do that. I do that with toothpaste. I do that with shaving gel. I do that with cologne. Anytime I can buy something that I always use, regardless, I buy it when it's on a discount. That saves inflation, and I go all in. I'll buy like 50 tubes of toothpaste as long as I know how many years it will last for. Otherwise, that's pointless, right? So I do that. And buying the stock market is the same thing, right? So for me, 20 times earnings is when you start to buy the S&P. Right? Now, I've been buying it on the way up as well because it's always growing into the future, but I'm now using margin to amplify that on the way down. I wasn't using margin on the way up. I never buy on the way up. That's crazy, right? You buy on the way down, but you buy on the way down if you want to use margin when it is undervalued. Now, of course, it can go lower. There's this big issue right now with, tariffs and so on and so forth. Is everyone going to boycott America? Is America going to default on its debts? You got to remember, you can't just go, it can go on forever. It can keep borrowing money. It can do what it wants. It can say what it wants to everybody else. It can slap on tariffs, and it can always get away with it. America can get away with it more than any other country on earth, but not indefinitely. And we just have to remember that, right? Oh, thank you very much for my membership.
Has become a member.
Thank you very much indeed, Michael. Let me just clear away the indicators as we got a guest on the show. Sorry about that, Arby. But thank you. Welcome to the membership. I'll give you your benefits at the end. So I'm using margin because of several things. I'm using margin because I'm like you. I don't want to be buying next year with the money I earn next year at the prices 30% up from where they are now. Obviously, well, nobody wants to do that, but that is the safe, responsible thing. As you earn the money, you buy it, and if it's up, it's up. And, overall, that's what most people do who have a regular job and a 401k. Every month, their employer buys the market, whether it's up, whether it's down, and overall, they're up over the years. Of course they are. But if they could have bought on the dips and didn't buy at the top, they're going to have more money at the end of the day. Now, that doesn't matter if you're doing it from the age of 20, because over the 30, 40 years, you've got time to grow. Well, like you, I'm doing it with you now, and I've got to amplify that. But amplifying can also bring us danger because we're pushing it too much. So you've got to be very responsible and very disciplined with it. I don't use margin on the way up. If this all goes away on the second and things start turning around, I'm just going to be focused on paying my margin down, not buying any more stock. As it goes up, I'm just going, this is great. I'm just paying down. And I've calculated it that my dividends on the S&P are just about now nearly covering my interest on the debt. So the growth is free. That's what I've bought it for. The interest is going to be nearly covered by the dividends, right? Because I've got more and more, and the rates are about to come down. They've got to come down now. I mean, we're going to have at least 2 cuts this year. Now, I'm paying 5.25 because I'm in the second level up on Robinhood. If you enter, you'll be at 5.5. You'll be at the slightly higher level. So I'm trying to keep myself up to that level. The next level will be $1 million. So I ain't going to borrow $1 million because I'd have to put in $1 million, and I haven't got $1 million yet to put in. But I don't mind doing it if I have. So that's why I'm using margin. But most importantly, RB, I have an income. The most important thing, and I mentioned it on my video yesterday, and Warren Buffett talks about this all the time. Don't use the stock market as a cash machine to make money. You are the cash machine. If you are earning money and you're making money at your job, which is for me, I'm investing in doing YouTube, right? And I'm earning more every single month, a bit more, so I can be more and more bullish because I'm earning more money. So my biggest investment is in me. If my income starts going down, I've got to start trimming my margin down because I'm not earning as much money. Now, if you're earning money, if you've got a good income coming in and you can see you're growing and you're earning money, even if it's just the same, most people are the same, right? If you've got a reliable income and you can afford, you've got money excess after your bills and so on and so forth, then why not? But I think I've been using margin for 4 years, and I've had two technical margin calls. So that doesn't mean you're an idiot, you broke it, you messed it all up, you got margin called. I didn't get margin called, but technically and I worked with it and it was fine. And I came out of it both times. So I've got a lot of experience of how it feels, how it works, and so on and so forth. I would never, ever use it on a single stock because single stocks are vulnerable to external conditions way beyond what the S&P is. But we've seen tech sell off, but we've seen other industries do really well. If you look at certain industries in the sector, in the S&P, they're actually doing really great, better than they've done for a few years. So the S&P would be down a lot more if like the NASDAQ, or if I was just buying NVIDIA. Well, the thing is with NVIDIA or any of these great companies, yes, they're undervalued for a good price going forward, a forward PE, they're affordable, but they're still expensive. And they always will be expensive because they're growth stocks. So I'm not going to put margin in a stock which could drop 50% because those stocks can. And one company could be taken over by another. These are things I can't control. However, the S&P can't go bankrupt. And if it goes bankrupt, America's bankrupt. And if America's bankrupt, who the hell cares? Everyone's bankrupt anyway. So don't even worry about that, right? So what do you think about what I'm saying? And how does it relate to what you're thinking of doing?
Well, I mean, for me, I know it's different because the JEPQ's only been out since 2022, so it doesn't have the longevity of the S&P.
Yeah.
So I'm taking a risk there, but to me, there's not as many holders for the JMPQ, you know, as in the VOO that you're doing with the SP 500.
What do you mean holders? Not so many holders. What do you mean?
Or like so many companies to distribute out through like 109 companies, I believe, is only in the JMPQ.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know I'm kind of taking a chance there because, you know, it was a little bit more on the technical side, covering like 49%, you know, They were pretty heavy in it. But I'm at a point where, yes, I'm scared. I want to use margin because I'll tell you this, when I started this, I have starting this month, I was just going to allocate $400 a month just into JEPQ, you know, just automatically every month. That's my thought process through all of this. But then when it started dropping so much, I thought, man, why not buy this now though? Like, you know, that's what I'm same thing. I don't want to do it next year.
No.
You know. So does it sound right? Like if I do use margin and I was already going to allot money over there, so really that money I was allotting is really just going to be paying my interest on and the more I can pay just pays that off quicker each month, right?
Yeah. Are you on Robinhood?
Yes.
Yeah, because you can't use margin with anybody else, because if you're at Schwab, I think you're paying 11% and ridiculous. If you look at the other brokerages, there's 9, 10s, 11%, 12%, then that's stupid because now you can only make what you can get if it just does the average. That sort of margin is for speculative stocks that can go up 50%. But we've just said using margin to buy speculative stocks is lunacy, right? I mean, it's just crazy. But you say you talked about it's only been around for a couple of years, so it hasn't got the track record. That doesn't really matter because the businesses inside it do. Right. What worries me though what worries me though is you don't have the broader economy. You're focusing on tech, and I understand it. Tech's oversold, so tech could grow the fastest when it comes back, and tech solves problems, and tech's always been sort of over the years, always the one that comes out because it's a problem solver. Tech is the problem solver, and we're more in tech now than we've ever been, and we're going to be more in tech than we've ever been. So I can see why you're pro that, but I like to be in the broader market because one thing will fail and something will take up the slack. You don't have that in the JEPQ. I think we did that on the review. Like we're seeing Coca-Cola and J&J do well now because people are going, look, I don't want to be in tech right now, so I take my money out of tech and I buy J&J. I buy Coca-Cola. So that's part of the S&P. So you're nicely balanced. I think what it comes down to is this. You obviously want to invest and amplify. You don't want to be doing it when it goes up. If you're starting at 20 and you buy every month, which is what everyone does, who's got a regular job, they 401k, they put, 1 month it's up, 1 month it's down, whatever. They over 20, 30 years, they're going to be up. Could they have been up more if they'd bought the dips and not bought the tops? Well, obviously, it's not rocket science, but that isn't passive investment on a monthly basis. That's active investing, right? And that's why you're here. You're an active investor. You're taking the time to look at it. You're not speculating. You're not gambling. You're not trying to trade. You're trying to invest. All you're doing is buying when it's down. Well, that's sensible, right? Yeah. It's not that people who do have 401ks who buy every month are stupid, but they're just busy working and they're not paying attention. That's their choice. But of course, it's better to pay attention and buy when it's down as opposed to when it's up. And that's just stupid, really, but that suits their lifestyle. So you're doing the right thing there. If you've got an income, so do you have an income? You got money coming in, you can service the debt.
Yeah, I work 40 hours a week.
Right, you've got money coming in to serve the debt, your income, okay, you've got that. You're going to go on Robinhood, and you're going to enter at 5.5% because that's the lower level when you first come in. Okay, that's historically, I mean, it's up at the moment, but it's a good margin rate. If you look at everyone else, 11, 12, it's a good rate. And the way I look at it is this. Every business that I know, every blue chip top company borrows money, which doesn't have to borrow money, Amazon's, Apple, whatever. And they do it because then they can make more money on their borrowed money than just holding it in cash earning 4%. So they do it. Businesses borrow money. And I don't like borrowing money. And I don't borrow money to buy on a credit card to buy a car or a new iPhone because that is a liability. The asset goes down in price, obviously, the car, the iPhone, the pair of shoes, what I buy. And my debt is 23% if I don't pay on a credit card. So obviously I'm not going to do that. But buying businesses that are undervalued that you expect and will be, unless America goes bankrupt, let's take that off the table and soon, let's don't go that far, are going to be up. So that's an investment. And if you can pay 5.5% today, which you know in the next year is going to be 5%, it definitely ain't going up. Trump is forcing the market to crash. He's forcing the Fed to print money. Then people will buy the stocks. He's forcing the Fed to lower rates. So the question all comes down to this. If you use margin, it's got to be for an index that's got balance. Otherwise, you're too vulnerable to individual movement of stock, number one. Number two, you've got an income to service it. You've got an income. Number three, and all you've got to do is this, and I'll put it on the screen to show you. You've got to have discipline, right? This is my real money, my real position. If I go into my real buying power, folks, you can see it's down to $10. There's margin. You can see, look, I'm fully in, right? You couldn't be more fully in. If I go view details, it tells you I've got a 36.74% buffer from here. And we're already down like 15%. It's got to drop another 36.7% for me to get margin called. Do I believe in any way at all that the stock market is going to go down 36% from here? No way. And if it does, we've got way, way bigger issues and we're in a depression and God knows what else. So that's the first thing. So you monitor that all the time. Look at that. Can you afford and do you believe the market can drop that much? Number one. All right. That's really important. So you can see the buffer I've got. So I know how much it's got to go before. Then I look at my rate. It's hard to show because it keeps falling off. $23.75 a day, 5.25. That's what it's costing me per day to service my debt. All right, so I understand that. So I know what it's costing me to service my debt, and I know how much it's got to go down. Can I cover that? Well, yes, I can, because I earn enough money to put in my portfolio to make sure that I can cover $23.75 a day. Okay, no problem at all. I can afford that, and my dividend payments are coming up to about just over half of that now. So I've got that as well with the S&P. It can drop 36.67%. Then I get a margin call. Now, I believe that isn't going to happen. So I'm not overbuying, not just keep buying. And and Robinhood responsibly have not given me any more money to buy. I couldn't buy any more than that. As you can see, I've got $10 left. I can't buy anymore. I've got no more cash to put in, and Robinhood are going, you're not having any more money. So I can't buy anymore, which is responsible, because if they did, people would buy too much, right? I'd be then down to 10%, 5%, and I'd be on the margin. Now, what happens if I hit a margin maintenance line? I've done it twice on the show, you know. If it does go down 36%, it would say you've got to raise it above the maintenance line. If you don't, we're going to do it for you. And now Robinhood is going to sell beneath your feet when you're asleep, your stock, because if you don't pay attention, it will do it. It wants to make sure it gets back its money. It's never going to lose, okay, which is fair enough. Why should they? So at that time, let's say I go down and I'm below the maintenance line by $1, just $1. I've just got to add $1 to prevent a margin call. That's when they will actually do something at the end of the day, sell something, right? And they'll only sell enough to raise it above the level. So they'll sell $1 of one stock to bring it above the level. That's what actually happens, okay? Alternatively, I could sell something to de-risk myself, to put some money back in. And what I would do is I would go back to my tax lots. You've got that on Robinhood. And you go, what? Look at this. I've got a share here I bought a year ago. It's up 10% still, because a lot of my shares are up 10% from a year ago, right? Or 8 or 14 months ago. I'd sell one of those. It's less than I would have liked. It was 20% higher a year ago, or sorry, a few months ago, but it's still up. I'm not losing money. I can still say 24 trades, 24 wins. I've still not lost money, right? I've still made money on my trade, and that would raise me above the margin. Life carries on. Then all of a sudden, the market, that was the bottom. Everyone starts buying. Off we go, and now all I'm doing is paying margin down and having a wonderful time. Now, where it goes wrong is if it suddenly goes below the 37%, right? An all-out crash. Well, 36.7% on top of what we've already had would be one of the worst crashes ever anyway. That would be near 50%. That would be one of our biggest crashes. So I'm safe to assume we're not going to have the worst crash in history, right? Okay, because the economy is doing generally well. Rates are coming down, inflation's under control, or, so there's no evidence to support that. But what Trump obviously is doing right now isn't the normal, right? Maybe things could be different, but that's the worst case scenario for me. Whereas if you use margin to buy something, an individual stock or something much more volatile, and it did go down really quickly, which is what an individual stock can do, it goes down so quick that you were unable to action your margin maintenance. You didn't come in and put $1 in. It's down so much that even what's left in your portfolio can't pay off the debt. That is when margin is scary. And if you understand that and have the discipline to work with that, then you win. If you don't leverage and you got a stock that suddenly crashes ridiculous, I'm just making sure I thought I was offline then. And it goes down really, really quickly, right? Your money is gone because Robinhood will sell everything, and there wasn't enough to pay off the debt. Am I still online? I'm seem to be having issues this morning. Let me just check. It says I'm still working, but I'm showing.
Yeah, I think you are.
Yeah, I am with you because I'm talking to you directly through a call, but I'm just making sure if YouTube is still live. Hang on. Yeah, I think we are. Making sure if YouTube is still live. Yeah, we are. Okay, we had a glitch there in the system. We're good. So they would come to you and they'd say, right, we sold all your shares when it was down, but you still owe more money. That is the worst scenario because you've got no portfolio, but you still owe them money. So you don't even have any money from your brokerage to pay it off. They're knocking on your door, sell your house. Now this conversation doesn't feel very good. Now you're thinking, oh, don't like it. Now, of course, people who don't like that go, exactly, that's what can happen. Don't touch margin. It's the enemy. It's the same people say, don't drive a car because you can crash. Don't use a gun because you could kill somebody. All right? It's the same thing. Businesses borrow money. It works for them. They're profitable businesses. I use margin. It works for me. Is it working for me right now? Well, not really because I'm down. Is it going to win for me? Well, unless America goes bust, it's going to win big time. Because I'm buying on the way down, and I'm amplifying. And I'm not buying on the way down because of volatility and movement and price action and everyone telling me on YouTube. I'm buying on the way down and I went massively in and increased margin when it was undervalued, when we were under the 20 times earnings. That's the signal for me. Everything else is noise. So I bought undervalued at a price is fair. And unless America goes down the toilet, I'm going to win big time. Because now when the market goes up 5%, I go up 10%. I will double. Okay? So that's how I feel about margin. Any comments, any questions to any of that?
No, I mean, I'm going to do it. I feel like I'm here. I hear what you're saying. You have to be disciplined, in order to do this. And now, unlike you, I have no debt. I lease my home though. But I have no other debt. My vehicle's paid for. So, all my money, the way I look at it is I'm going to put all my money to pay my margin. I want to get it knocked back out. It's like, to me, I'm purchasing I'm just showing you right now on the screen, or I'm looking at my Robinhood account. And if I enable margin now, it pops up the screen. It says I can borrow up to $28,791. So that's what I could buy if I'm understanding in JEPQ. I could go out there.
So your cash balance is zero. You spent all your money.
Yeah.
And
my buying power right now, I'll tell you on my home screen here, is $38.
Right. So you've used all your cash. Right. So that is the margin it's giving you. Yeah. So you've probably got about 28 grand in your portfolio and it's giving you 28 grand. Am I about right?
Yeah, because I've actually got 50, but some of it's an XRP.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? But I'm mainly talking this one. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's exactly what it's allowing you to do. Yeah, you're absolutely right there. And you'll actually be able to buy more if you buy one with a 25% maintenance as well. This is why I often talk about when we keep going down, even though I'm getting more and more and it's getting lower and lower, that is not the time to be paying off margin. The time to be paying off margin is when it starts going up, because you actually protect what you've already done by continuing to buy on the way down, because you protect it, because you're buying lower and lower. You're making the portfolio more and more secure. Getting all scared and going, oh my God, I borrowed 10 grand, now I've got to pay off margin. If you feel like that, you shouldn't have done it. Right? So don't get like that if you do it. But you could go in margin right now and back out again in 3 seconds. You can test it. Oh look, I'm in margin. Oh, I paid it all off. Huh, I survived. Whew, I'm okay. Nothing bad is going to happen as long as you understand what can happen, what you do if it happens, and how you feel when it happens. In other words, if you buy today a solid asset, an ETF, I'm not giving you financial advice, but for God's sake, don't buy an individual stock. That would be like, don't buy Tesla, right? Oh, but Tesla's so cheap. No, it's still I think 120 times earnings. It
would either be VU or JEPQ. One of the two. I'm gonna dump the money in.
Yeah, I'd buy VU because of it broadening the market, broadening into rescue the economy. That's what I would do, but that's up to you. Equally, they're both good, right? But if you wake up tomorrow, 2nd of April, it goes down even further. Maybe you don't go all in today. Maybe you got 22 grand, so you go, okay, I'll put 10 grand in today. And if tomorrow it goes down another 5%, I'll go, buy another 10 grand. So I've improved my position, maybe. But I think the problem that most people are going to make is this. They're looking at the price action, momentum, what everybody else is doing. And I think that's the stupidest way of investing ever. Because all of a sudden, we know, when it starts going up, why is it going up? Because everyone's buying. And everyone starts buying. Well, the real investors who read the balance sheets bought when it was down. Now, Wall Street aren't stupid. They're not. I'm not smarter than Wall Street, but Wall Street aren't investors. They're traders. It's a trading machine. They buy on the way up because that's the momentum. They're making money and they'll be selling all the way up. Profit, 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 profit. That's what they do. That's what Wall Street is. It's a stock market. It's a trading market, not an investment club. It's not we're all just helping everybody out. We'll buy America because we love America. It's just trade it and make money and run away. Traders come in the morning, they sell and they go from the floor of the stock market. That's what the stock market does. So they're waiting to see everyone else buying in and then we'll pump it up with you and we'll all make money from you. Well, that seems stupid to me because as it starts going up, it'll dump again. We'll keep getting these corrections all the way up until it starts to really gain momentum. Whereas if you just bought it and hold it because you know it's undervalued as a real investor, surely that makes more sense. So that's the way I look at it. Now, could it go lower tomorrow? Yeah. Could it go low on the 3rd of July of April if Trump does insane tariffs? He said if Europe and Canada try to get round his tariffs, he's going to do 100 times tariffs on everybody. I mean, we're going to be lunacy. No, so far it looks like he's going to do it, right? He'll just keep doing nuts. He'll just keep doing it. Well, the market just go free for all. Well, you calculate in your head. Do you believe the market can the market fall? For me, where I am now, 37% from here. No. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, between now and April, the 21st, when I get paid, because it won't go 37% in the next 3 weeks. Not a chance. Never in the history of the world. On the 21st of April, I've got money coming in from YouTube and I'll put in about $5,000. I'll put in, that'll give me 10 grand worth to spend because it will double it. I'll be way off the bottom of margin. I can buy more. And if it's still low, I will buy more. I won't be concentrating on paying off margin yet. When it goes up, I will. So I know that. That's my income I know I've got coming in. That's my valuation in place, 19.7 times earnings on the S&P. That's my understanding of history. That's my understanding of 37%. I don't care what Trump says today or tomorrow or whatever. I care about the value and what I can do about it to protect my portfolio, my income, my understanding. So I'm happy to buy. I'm not sitting here waiting for everybody in the chat to say, I'm buying now. Good. You buy and pump up my stock. I'm already in. So that's my strategy. That's how I feel. If you're buying today, I think it's a good idea. But that's between me and you. That's not financial advice. Obviously, I think it's a good idea because I bought higher than this. So obviously, I think it's a good idea buying lower. I would be doing it if I could, right? But I can't. I will on the 21st. Understand all those points. Understand how you will feel if tomorrow it's down another 10%. Will you feel bad and go, oh my God, I could have bought lower? I don't ever feel like that because I already know I've got a price under value anyway. I can't predict what someone's going to do tomorrow. I don't care. And Warren Buffett has done this over and over again. He goes all in when he's happy with the price. He doesn't look at price movement. He did it in 22, stopped buying in 24. He wasn't buying. He didn't care anymore. He doesn't buy Berkshire Hathaway just to pump up the price like other CEOs. I covered all this on my video last night. He buys when his own business is underpriced. That's it. So not that you should follow him anyway. I explained that as well. But how does that make you feel? What's your strategy? What are you going to do? Now I've laid it all out there. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm definitely going to dabble with the margin. And now I'm just kind of, I'm torn between, I'm going to do this one in VU probably, just to, I'd be a little more versatile, but these are going to be two that I'm riding. I'm trying to do this just like you. I want to retire in 10 years. And through your videos and times I've been watching it, and it's just to live a normal life like I'm living. You understand? Yeah. Not just to, order Uber when I want to or something like that. I'm not. Me and you the same,
mate. I just want to get by. I just want to be able to afford to pay the bills, and once now and again I can nip to the pub on a Sunday. And yeah, I'm with you, mate.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But most certainly, I felt like when I was starting to buy the JEPQ was a good deal, and then it started dropping. So I thought, well, heck, that's when, and I was already out of my money. You know, I'd already dumped my money in it. So I'm ready. I'll keep you updated. I'm definitely gonna use it. I gotta figure out my numbers. You know, see how I'm gonna get, because I'm a type of person, Martin, that I don't like to have debt though. You know, so I got to listen to what you're saying about paying the margin as it's going up, because I'd really rather have it paid off though.
Yeah, but let's understand debt and debt. Right, I'm with you. I've not had debt now for 20 years. I have no mortgage, no car loan, credit cards paid off every month. You know, I owe nobody any money. That would be debt. If I went out and bought something, anything, other than a house, because a house appreciates in value, but everything else is regarded as a liability. Even if it's an asset for your business on your ledger, your accounts, it's still a liability, because show me anything that's going to be worth more. Show me an iPhone that's worth more in 5 years, right? So it's losing money and you're borrowing money to buy it. So no, I don't ever borrow money, and I didn't start investing until I had no debt. So I have no debt, zero. You might go, well, margin's debt. Yes, it is debt. However, it's debt on appreciating assets. You can't look at it the same. On margin, you don't have a monthly direct debit standing order that you've got to pay every month. You don't have to pay any margin. Zero. They charge you the interest, right? But your payments to reduce it, there's none. You pay it when you want. You could just pay interest forever if you wanted to.
It just adds up in your account?
Yeah. For me right now, $22 a day. Every month they will go, okay, $600. But the last month it was like $570, $600, whatever it was. They then just deducted that from my account. That was it. That's it. I didn't have to pay a single penny down on the margin, but they've charged me interest for doing that. Well, the question is, you've got to ask yourself, is what you're buying going to be worth more than 5% in the future? Well, if it ain't, then don't spend 5% buying it. That's stupid, right? Well, who doesn't think in the world that the S&P, from where it is today, is not going to be up 5% from where it is? Well, that's ridiculous. Of course it bloody is, unless you think unless they think America's going bankrupt. Well, of course it bloody is. Well, I'm not going to pay 5% to make 5%. But even that wouldn't hurt me, because I'm exactly where I started. And even that, some people would say, well, that's a rubbish idea. Even that's not completely rubbish. And the reason why it's not rubbish, if I only made what it cost me and made no money, I didn't lose, I didn't gain, but I own the stocks at this level. And when they start going up, my portfolio is safer. Yes, I didn't make any money. I paid 5% to get 5%. But then I pay off the margin, still made no money. I'm just 5% for 5%. But I've got stocks down here before everybody rallied it up. So I might not win now, but I will in the future. So even if it went sideways, you're still going to win. Because the market, even if everyone doesn't grow and Apple doesn't sell any more iPhone or sell more iPhones, it just does the same. The stock market will always go up over time by default because of inflation. The price of the shares have to go up just by inflation. Everything will go up by inflation. So your money in the bank's going down because inflation's taking your money. Whereas the stock market, even if it goes sideways and every single year Coca-Cola sells the same amount of Coke and iPhones sell the same amount of iPhones, the price has to go up with inflation, so the stock price will go up. So even if you paid 5 for 5, you will win in the future. But obviously, you're not going to go into margin thinking 5 for 5. You're going to go 5 for 20. I'm going to gain 20% of it. So obviously, right? So if you understand all those things, remember, your first $1,000 on Robinhood is interest-free anyway.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, you should be using it anyway. Everyone should use the first 1,000. That's daft not to, unless you've got no money in your account, obviously. But
right. No, I watched that video on that too. I'm going to do the $1,000. You put 50 in yours, but I'm going to do 1,000 just to set it up to kind of see what they tell me I need to do.
You can see the moment you go into margin, your little graph will come up and it will show you if the market drops. For you, if you put $1,000 in now, it would say something like you've got like a 90% buffer. And you go, oh, is the market going to go down? Is my portfolio going to go down 90%? And you own JEPQ? well, no. Of course it isn't. That'd be doomsday, but the worst day that's never even been thought of. So that's okay. And you can see what your interest will be, and it'll go zero because the first 1,000 is for free. And now you'll understand it. You'll see your margin maintenance line. You'll see what it would cost you, but it won't cost you anything because it's free. And it'll give you a flavor for it. So at least you understand what it is. And then you go, okay, quite like that. All right, leave that for a day or two. You know, but be comfortable with it and understand what it is. I remember when my a friend of the FBI, I've got an FBI friend that took me to a shooting range. He said when I first came to America, he said, "Martyn, you don't like guns, do you?" I said, "No, I don't. I like guns. I'm from England. I don't." He said, "You need to understand what guns are because you can't understand it until you've shot one." I said, "All right then." And he took me to a shooting range and he gave me a proper bloody Clint Eastwood bloody Magnum 55, whatever it is, this bloody great gun. And I shot it, and it scared the living crap out of me. It made me cry, actually. I got the shock, the noise, the bang, the violence. I went, oh my God, this is what it's like to shoot people. Oh my God. And it scared me. It's good because it makes me hate guns even more, which is a good thing, right? If we all hated guns, no one would have guns. Let's not start that argument. But the point was, I understood it. And then he realized what he should have done was start with a small little gun, so it didn't scare me. That way I could have learned how it worked. What it did, it put me off for good because it was so violent and so aggressive. I went, oh my God, I'm not touching a gun ever again. And I haven't. It scared the hell out of me. So you need to just learn slowly so you can adjust to it, but not become acclimatized so you become oblivious, I can do what I want, but so you understand it. And I think if you understand it, is the most important thing, because if you don't understand it, the moment the markets start going down, you'll get so fearful. Oh my God, I borrowed all this money and now it's going to zero. You'll start panicking. Now, I'm not panicking at all. Do I like the amount of margin I've got? Of course not. Bloody hell, more than I bought my house for. I mean, it's right. But I understand what the value of the stock market is. I don't like what Trump's doing, but hopefully it'll work out. But I'm able to pay it off. I'm able to earn money to pay it off. I don't think it's going to go down the amount it's going to go down. I can afford the interest payments. I bought it with a dividend-paying stock. The S&P isn't regarded as a dividend-paying stock, but it does bring me the income to pay off the interest. So I'm happy. I've made a conscious decision, but I'll be much, much happier when it starts going up.
I hear you. Is it irrelevant in a case like mine to the viewers? Because I would like to know too. Let's say my margin, if I want to spend my $28,000 in my margin, does it matter that I'm getting less shares of, let's say, VU, okay, versus I would get a lot more of JEPQ? Does that matter, or in the long run? Oh,
right. Never think like that. Do not think like that. If you think like that, you don't understand what owning a stock is. And I'm not being rude, but I'm going to tell you the truth, right? You don't want me to, you want to know, don't you? You don't want me to, right. So like we've always said, we're not here to make friends. We're here to help people, right? And we'll make friends by me telling you the truth rather than pretending just so it sounds good. And you go, oh, that wasn't quite what right. When you buy a business, imagine a business is is a cake. And you think that this cake is a great cake and it's going to be worth more in the future. It wouldn't really because it would rot away. But assume the cake's a business, right? So you go, I want to buy a piece of that pie. Okay, so you go in and you buy a slice of that cake and you put $100. Now the whole cake, the whole business, sorry, you put in $10, the whole business is worth $100. So you buy 10% of it because you own $10 with it. So you own 10% of it. Make sense? You with me so far? Right, great. So every time the company make money, 10% of that benefit is yours. 10% of that company's losses are yours as well because you own the business, right? So 10% is your slice. Doesn't matter whether you buy one share, each share is $1 and you've got 10 of them, so you've got $10 worth, or one share was $10. It's the same. It's how much money you put in to get you the percentage of that business.
Okay.
Right? So it doesn't matter whether you buy one share or 1 million shares. Is it better to buy, and here's a perfect example, is it better to buy one share of Berkshire Hathaway, which is somewhere like $30,000, or a trillion coins of Shiba Inu? Which one would you rather own? Right? But God, I've got a trillion shares of Shiba Inu. You'd rather buy one share of Berkshire Hathaway, right? Or at least I would anyway. Most investors would. Okay. So you going, but I can have more shares of JEPQ is better. I've got more shares. Shares is not important. It's how much you've invested is important. Now, people don't like they don't like VOO. They go, it's $500. Well, on Robinhood, you can fractional share. Some brokerages around the world, you can't. And that's what puts people off. I've only got $50. I can't buy a share of VOO. It's $500. Robinhood, you can buy $10 worth of VOO. So you'll have 0.001 share of VOO or whatever it is, right? That's not important. So how many shares you own is irrelevant. JPQ is going to give you more shares, right? The only reason why shares interest you is this. If you have more shares, per share you earn a dividend, but you'll earn the same. It's relative to the value, not how many shares you've got. Because if they did a forward split or a reverse split and they divide you the shares, you'd still earn the same amount of money for the same amount of money you put in, whether you got 100 shares or one share, right? That doesn't matter. The only time it's of any interest is if you are an options trader. Now, an options trader buys contracts. Have you ever done options?
No.
No, me neither. It's not my field of expertise. I wouldn't do it. But to buy a contract has to be 100 shares of a stock. Well, 100 shares of VOO is a lot more expensive than 100 shares of JPQ because it's cheaper, right? So by having a stock that's less price individually allows people to buy contract options traders. It's why when a stock gets too expensive, the company do what's called a forward split. They divide the shares up. So they offer you more shares for the same, right? So now it's 10 for 1. A reverse split is when it's the other way around. When a company is failing and it's going below the $1 to stay on the market, it multiplies the shares, right? That's a bad thing. But when a company does a forward split, it's because the stock price has got so high, they want more people to be able to afford individual stocks that can't do it through fractional sharing, and also people who like to buy contracts, options traders. You're not either one of those, so it doesn't matter to you whether you own one share of the S&P or 50 shares of JEPQ. If you've got $100 invested, which $100 of which company is going to grow the most? That's all you should care about. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't know. You may get me going over to the VOO before it's all over with. You know.
Well, there you go. But that's what I would do. Why did you choose JEPQ? I know we did a review for you and you looked at it and I showed you how it all works. But other than my review, why did you pick JEPQ?
I have a 33-year-old son that was just pointed it out to me, you know, and like I'm new to this. And again, that's why I'm doing long term. I'm not trying to ride the dips and the waves and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to build up a future for me to retire here by 65.
Okay, so was that the only reason then?
Yeah, he pointed it out to me and told me, you know, kind of how it worked. So I just thought I'd try it.
Well, thank you for being bluntly honest, because that's the only way anyone learns. Everyone's learning from you. I'm learning from you. We learn from each other. And I really appreciate you sort of putting it out there. You know, this is why I did it, right? And there's nothing wrong with it. But let me just show you on the screen this here. And I did this in my review. And this is really, really important. So I've got that one up. Now I'm going to get this one up. All right. This is all.
I think I went back and watched that review a couple of times.
Did you? Okay, good. Okay, here we go. So this is the S&P 500, 26 times earnings. That's the lagging indicator, not the forward. Okay, so we're just going to compare to the lagging. You understand what the lagging is compared to the forward. The forward is the future earnings is what dictates 19.7, right? So bottom of the bottom left-hand side of the screen, it says the S&P 500, the lagging indicator where we are at the last earnings is 26 times 6.9 price to earnings ratio, right? If we look at JEPQ, because it's got the tech in it, 32 times earnings, bottom left-hand corner, 32.49. Okay, now what does that mean? What that means is We've had all this drop already in the market. Where's guess one? There you go. Let me bring you here. We've had all this drop in the market, and tech has been the biggest loser, and yet it's still 32 times earnings compared to what VU was. So VU is, if you're looking at value, and that's what I do, that's what Warren Buffett does, that's what long-term investors do. What is the best value? What is the stock that I can buy at the best price to give me the greatest return? Well, yes, tech can do better, but it's still really, really expensive, even though it's fallen so much. What does that tell me? It tells me the S&P has done a great job because it's still cheaper, but the other sector have held it up. So it's actually doing better because JEPQ should be even more expensive because the amount is dropped. The amount of tech has dropped. So what I'm saying is if you look at the two, well, the VU is the better value, but if you believe that for some reason tech's going to come back and just go zipping up and everyone's going to, all of a sudden sell everything else and just buy tech, then fine, then buy that. But even if you do think that, right now, it's still too expensive. It's much, much more expensive. See, anything under 20 is when you buy. So if you just look at value, bearing with me, that was the lagging indicator. The forward PE is much lower. Okay, and I bet if I looked, in fact, I'll do it for you. The forward PE, JEPQ, I do it, and I bet you any money you like, it's higher than VU. Assets, JEPQ. Expense ratio, 0.35. It's not showing a forward PE yet because it's newer. So I don't have it. But it's obvious the fact that it's lagging so far behind on the lagging, it's bound to be lagging behind on the forward, right? But so that's, for me, that's it right there.
I see. Yeah, well, now what I got to do is I'm gonna go ahead and invest in the VU with my margin. I'm gonna play with it, but then what I'm gonna end up doing is letting my JEP come back up so I can break even, get out of it, and put it over in VU.
Well, understand why you would sell down and why you would sell up. So you just saying wait till it goes up and then sell it, right? Well, if you have got an asset, obviously you only want to sell it when it's up, obviously, because you make money. If you sell it when it's down, you lose money. That's easy to understand, right? However, why do people sell at losses? If you've got a tax bill and your tax bill has gone over a certain threshold and you want to reduce it to the lower threshold to overall save you tax, that's why some people in tax season sell for a loss to bring themselves down to a lower level. And you can see that on Robinhood. It shows you now your overall tax position. It shows you on the main screen. It says your gains and losses for the year. Now, that's only just on Robinhood. If you've earned money somewhere else and your accountant says, or CPA says, you're just about to go over to the next level and pay more tax and so on and so forth, could do with trying to find some losses, that's why you might want to sell for a loss. Because overall, you benefit from tax harvesting, right? Sell for a loss. As long as you don't buy back within 30 days of the same stock, otherwise it gets negated out. You can save money. Also, you might sell for a loss, which is what people are doing right now. Anyone buying the S&P now, I mean, unless they've had it for over a year, is selling for a loss, is because you think it's going to go lower. So if you bought here and it went down to here, you're out of the money. You're losing money. But you know, which you don't know, but you know it's going to go down here. You've got a crystal ball like me, right? And you know it's going to go here. So you sell it here knowing you've lost money to buy back in 2 days' time down here. Well, the money you had here, let's say you had $10, you've now got $10 to buy what's now worth $9. You can buy more. You're better off. You're better off by selling at a loss to buy back lower here, if you know it's going here. But you don't, do you? And if you sold here and bought here, you can't post that as a tax loss if you do it tomorrow. It only works, do it 30 days. And that's also, do you even need a tax loss? A lot of people say, oh, I sold for a loss because of tax loss. They don't even know what their tax position is. So this gets very complicated now, and then you start speaking to your CPA, your accountant or whatever. But people tell me all the time, oh, I sold for a loss so I can bring my tax down. Well, how much is your tax bill? I don't know. Well, how do you know you got a tax loss then? So you're talking rubbish.
Right.
Right. So you got to know the full picture before you start selling for tax losses and God knows what else. You need to understand all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's sometimes right to sell for a loss because you could buy back more.
Right.
Is it time to sell now? No, we've already had a major correction bordering on a crash, but it seems to be supporting itself. Look at this. This is the bottom here where it keeps bouncing off the bottom. It doesn't want to go lower. I keep warning everybody about this level. If it goes lower than here, we're going 10% down, 20%. We've gone from a correction to a crash. This is not a crash. It feels like a crash. If you just started buying a few weeks ago, oh my God, I thought the stock market just keeps making me money. Oh, no, it doesn't. It goes up and down. But overall, it goes up as long as you buy quality assets, right?
Right.
So it's trying to go up. So is it now the right time to sell? Well, the people that are still selling now are the ones who shouldn't be in the market because they never understood what they earned in the first place. They don't know what they bought. They bought in and they haven't got a clue. Then they're now going on momentum. They're now looking at news. They're now looking at, well, Donald Trump's going to crash the market or Donald Trump's going to send it up. You don't know what's going to happen. All you know is, in my case, the S&P was undervalued. And not just undervalued, sorry, not undervalued, but the best price forward, right? Not just that, on the backdrop of the Fed being bullish, on the backdrop of history of how it all works, on the backdrop of GDP is still up, even though it's slowing, on the backdrop of unemployment is good, on the backdrop of inflation is coming down. Add all those together, I buy the S&P with my margin.
Yeah. I definitely fix to make it go to work.
Well, I wish you the very best. Again, I repeat, put on video. This is not financial advice. You're doing what you want to do for yourself. Yeah. And I'm just explaining what I'm doing, how I feel, why I've come to the conclusions that I have, why you've come to the conclusions that you have. And I'm really glad and really thankful that you've been so frank and honest with me. We can all learn. We don't learn nothing when people are just making up stories. Tell the people the hard truth. I don't know why I bought it. My son told me it was a good idea. That's nothing wrong with that. And that's what most retail investors do. If they told the truth, their mate down the pub said it was really great. Well, is your mate down the pub a multi-billionaire? No, he's broke. Well, why are you listening to him then?
No, after I started it, and then I started watching more, and I was kind of going back with him, say, well, what about this? Look what he's buying versus this, but he's younger, he's a little more techie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just listened and got into it. So
yeah. And
I'm longevity.
And his timeline is very different. He's much younger. He's starting out different. He can afford do different things, have different risks. Like I said before, and I try to say it over and over again, Warren Buffett is not the bell indicator. He is the bell. It doesn't tell you what you should do. And what he should do is not what you should do. Him having all this cash on the sides because he's an insurance company. Berkshire's an insurance company. He has to pay out lots of cash. It's a very different setup. And if you follow Warren Buffett, you'll make mistakes. And he's making mistakes all the time. And I like to read his mistakes. No one talks about the mistakes. They only talk about the successes. He tells you, if you listen to he writes his annual reports out. Tells you all the losses in his letter. No one ever reads that on YouTube. No. You never hear that. You hear things like, Warren Buffett has sold the S&P, even though it was 0.01 of his portfolio. You hear that. Warren Buffett's holding cash. Well, yeah, it's only 1/3 cash, though. Oh, Warren Buffett says this, buy when there's blood on the streets. Whoa. When he said that, he was not referring to Bitcoin. Bitcoiners always use that phrase. He was not talking about Bitcoin. Everyone likes to manipulate for their own. And the reason why they do it, YouTubers do it to sell videos, but most people do it because it makes them feel good. Makes them tell themselves, you know what, I'm doing the right thing. And it's why over the last month, I've been losing subscribers rather than gaining. You saw how fast we were growing because no one wants the truth. They don't want to hear it. They go to channels that tell them, don't worry, boys, with their baseball caps and their sunglasses. We're all going to get rich together. Well, the only person winning is the YouTuber telling you the crap. You're not getting any benefit out of that. And why would you invest your time listening to that? So, people don't like when I say what I say, but I just say what I say. And the members like it. That's why our members have continued to grow. We're insane members
well,
now.
Stuff like this, you taking the time to explain and listen too.
Right. Now, this is an example. This isn't me and you having a conversation. I'm isolating all my members. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not doing a trending video. I'm not making videos about how we're all going to get rich tomorrow. This is costing me money. Right. But you watch and everyone watches because this is the right thing to do. Because you are one of those 74,000 subscribers. Each person is a real person with a real story. You're not just a subscriber to me, just a $5 a month, whatever, ad revenue plus your membership, whatever. You're a person. And I think if we do the right thing to an individual person, the smart people, the real investors will see that and go, okay, this is a family and a community. And it's not about Martyn. It's about the community, the chat and everybody else. That we can get something out of this that's valuable to us, not just we're watching something that makes me feel good. And that's why people do it. They watch a YouTube, and we've all done it. I do it. We try to look for YouTube videos that back up what we're doing. I'm always looking for Tom Lee to say, it's a great time to buy the S&P. Why? Because it makes me feel good. I don't want to hear someone say it's rubbish. However, I do watch that stuff all the time. But I prefer to hear someone tell me who's clever than me that I'm doing the right thing. And that's what we all want. We want to be part of a tribe that tells us we're on the right course together. And that's why crypto channels do so well, because everyone's telling everyone we're all going to get rich. And if we all say it together, eventually we will. Of course, it doesn't work that way. Real value is what counts. Thanks for calling in. Your final thoughts and final questions before I let you go.
No, I just appreciate your time, Martyn. Thank you for letting me call in and give me your input and information. I do appreciate it. It's helped me. And hopefully, like you said, out of your 75,000 viewers, there's somebody maybe had the same ideas or questions that I did. Today was a good day. Yeah. We've helped somebody today not be stressed, do the right thing. Just because you've heard RB's now thinking of, employing his margin, that might not be the same for you. You are not RB. RB isn't me. No one copies me. I don't copy RB. No one copies identical to anyone. And even if they did, they'd still be different. RB, Thanks for calling in. I really appreciate the call. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There we go. Great conversation. I hope everybody benefited from that and got something out of that. But there you go. I'm going to close the phone line now and end the show. Let me go through the comments. I want to make sure, are we in members only mode? Yes, we are. I will open it up to the general public in 5 minutes. Let me go through my members' comments and then I'll turn it back. Okay, so let me do this now. I will stop investing in USA for some time and restart in India for now. Nothing wrong with that. I can understand why you would feel that. Facts, reality. I'm selling stocks. I'm already up. Oh, we talked about this one earlier. It's too late to sell now. Not necessarily. I think we just explained that. I'm going down to my last quid. All in, I think it's the only way at the moment. I made 500 on D-Wave and sold it at the top. Nvidia looks like it's going to below 100 at some point today. Excellent buying opportunity. I agree. Morning family. Look, Americans, you've been had. The first step fixing a problem is admitting there is one. 1 of 7 billion. Stay away from some time until this madness has been gone. Certainly wouldn't want to stay away from the market. I want to be investing in the market when there is madness. That is how wealth is built. If you come back when it's all up and everyone's buying again, what was the point? This is the time to dig in. Anyway, Trump has a small amount of time to do a lot. Will he succeed? I don't know. Is he just a man? However, I think the debt was past a point to fix responsibility. Why the GRR breaks today? GRRR, isn't it? Let's have a look. I think it is. They're not showing the earnings. Yeah, Gorillas broke out today. I think there was a suspected earnings, but there's not an earnings posted. I don't know. I've not received any information from them. They are in quiet mode, which is why they can't talk to me, which is why they're probably planning an interview, an earnings. Anyway, Michael just became a member. Thank you, Michael. Vanessa, thank you. Remember to like the video. Margin on XRP. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I hope we'll be live on my phone so I could have some sanity. What are you doing, Cody? This is crazy. Tommy Tinkler, entry point for me. I'm buying US stocks again. Tommy Tinkler. His reasoning is really strong. Good to see Gorilla is going up. Yeah. 25% of a correction going to a bear market, folks. Over panicking now. I'm noticing some buffering on my end. Yeah, if everybody rebooted the stream, it was fine. There was an issue on YouTube for about 5 minutes. What are the mega caps, Tommy? I can't buy VU on T12. Is there any alternative that is similar? There are plenty. Look on Discord. People will share information with you, or others will answer this in the chat. Margins just a rebalancing and maintenance, shifting down gear, not buying new XRP unless it's down to 1. Thank you. If I get $1 XRP, I'm going to sell my furniture. I wouldn't do that. I'm going to live in a van down by the river with my 2 babies and my wife. If we get $1, we are going to do that way. Anyway, here in the USA, a travel trailer because my rental is 30 grand a year. Bloody hell. Crypto Butterfly. You'll have to be quick. It would probably touch 1 for 5 seconds and be back to 205 in 30 minutes. Yeah. Excuse me, I got some work to do, okay? Just a quick fact, return 4% more yearly than the S&P the last 30 years. Just a quick fact, the Q's returned 4% yearly than the S&P in the last 30 years. Thank you, Tommy Tinkler. I'd need to look at that myself. ETF for top 7 or top 20 for S&P are Mags and top T. Buffett must be over 20% down on Diageo he bought. Tell him the facts, Martin. Always. Martin, please upgrade me so I can join Discord. Ron Whitney, you got 1 month badge. Okay, Ron Whitney, you have 2 options. You can either go Discord Premium, which gives you the highest level of service. I answer all of my Discord Premium members, or I can give you a free service. Free service, I don't reply to the comments because I just can't, but I've got too many. But Discord Premium, I do. But if you give me your Discord username, I will upgrade you for the free service, and the videos are coming soon as well. So you can do that now. Thank you for your time. My absolute pleasure. So Ron Whitney, I'm waiting for you to come back. Would it make sense to sell from a taxable account and reference a buy-in? Would it make sense to sell from a taxable account and rebuy in both buy-in Roth on Robinhood? Well, that you'd have to calculate what the loss would be. But let me just give you some insight into that. I will do that actually. I'll do that now. Might sell my crypto and buy VU. Thank you, RB. Very interesting. Right. I didn't get Ron Whitney to share me his Discord username. So I'm running out of time. So let me just show you one other thing, folks. And I never said this to RB. And I need to add this in. This is important for the margin management. So RB, are you paying close attention? This is for your benefit, right? So alongside my margin, understanding of margin, alongside my 37% drop, alongside my YouTube income, alongside my understanding of the economy, the rates, the this, the that's, and the others, I also have an extra insurance policy. And this is important to understand why I'm so confident, right? My Roth IRA. And this answers the other question. Roth IRA, I've got $35,000. Now it goes down a lot slower because there's no margin. So it goes down when the markets goes down. It's the S&P 100%. All right. There's VU. How do you do? You can see I get my dividend payment today. 100% of my portfolio is in VU. You can see it there. So I'm down. I'm down 3.5 grand, nearly 4 grand. 3,868. I'm down 9.8% because the S&P has been dropping all year. But it only goes down at a normal rate. It doesn't go down. It's not amplified. Okay. So I am down, but I've still got, at the end of the day, I've still got, with no margin, $35,000. Right. So if we did have an almighty crash, and I still don't want to get margin called, obviously. I've got 35 grand. Now, if we did go down another 30 odd percent, I'd be down to 25 grand. But I would sell my Roth IRA and I would take the loss. It wouldn't be a benefit from a tax purpose because there's no tax on a Roth. I would pay, I'd have to pay back a couple $100 in the matches. Not for the first year now, because I've had it for 4 years, but the last 3 years, I'll have to pay a bit of match back and a bit of a tax penalty, but I wouldn't pay a tax penalty on it because I lost, all right? I'll just be paying back the matches. But it would give me 25 grand, which I could sell, transfer to my main account, which would give me 25 grand, which would then give me 50 grand to buy the S&P at the level that it was at that point. That would not only save me from a margin call, but it would allow me to buy a massive, massive dip on a huge crash. Save me from margin and also allow me to buy a much bigger dip, which would far offset the losses of paying back the cash matches that I got for owning the Roth. Do I want to do that? No. I want to do that if the end of the world comes. But that is my get out of jail card if the end of the world comes. Okay? So that's important. That was an extra little bit there that you need to understand. Very helpful show. One of the best ones, I think. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me end the poll. Red or green? 682 votes. My God, our votes are getting big, aren't they? Red, you were right. Spot on. 74%. Okay. You must see the video I posted at the top. Everyone, go and watch it. Ron Whitney, Discord is Wit30. Right, let me go and see. Now, if you've done everything, you've verified your email, you've done all the things you got to do on Discord, I can now upgrade you. Discord. Nope, I don't find you. I'm very sorry, Ron Whitney. When I put your name in as you've given it to me, you do not appear on Discord. Now, the reason for that is you may not have waited 10 minutes. You may not have verified the email. Whatever it is, you've not done it, okay? Or this may not be your name, you misspelt it or whatever. But this is what you've given me and it's not showing. So there's nothing I can do for now. Now, I'm not going to remember it and look back tomorrow because I get thousands of messages a day. So you need to come back on the next show and do it again. If you want verifying, you got to, ask me to do it again and I will certainly look for you. But I won't remember unless you do it now, of course, and I'm still here. All right? Ron Whitney. Okay, now then. I think we're done. Doesn't work on mobile, but it says complete. Charles, all my bags are full but down. What have you done, Charles? Doesn't work on mobile, but says it's complete, Chaz. So he's talking to Chaz. I have no idea what's going on there, but that's absolutely fine. We've got a conversation going on. Right, so let me end today's stream. Now, we're going to keep watching this. 24 hours a day at the moment, 7 days a week. We're on the extra channel. Let me start this from the beginning. Let me put that up there. Let me loop the playlist. Right. Okay, so we're going to end the stream now. We'll be back for the closing bell. I've got a restream happening right now of Sensei's show last night. Many of you saw it. Many of you didn't. Doesn't matter. There's live conversation and there's live chat going on. You can be part of the live chat. You can also talk to me live in the studio because I'm here watching the chat, working. So it's a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week way to keep in touch with me unless I'm sleeping, right? This is the show right now. Sensei's doing a restream. This was from last night. You know it's a restream because it says it's a restream. There it is. It's last night's show. But this chat here this is me live. If I start waving my hands in the air, all right, this will catch up in about 10 seconds. This is me live here right now, and this is the live chat. This is people in the chat right now supporting each other, asking questions, and so on and so forth. All right, so watch. My hands will fly up in the air in a second. There you go. See, that was me 10 seconds ago. All right, so we're going to go to that now. This way you can talk to each other. It's members only. It's 99 cents to be a member. It's a separate channel. It's the extra channel, but 99 cents a month. That's all we charge. We can't charge any less to make it members only. So we don't have any bots, scammers, trolls coming in, annoying everybody. We just want a place where people can speak to each other and get support. Very, very important. All right. Okay. So let me customize this to go. Oh, I'm going to open it up to general public for 5 minutes so I can give everyone a chance to have a comment. There you go. Everyone can now comment. How do I verify again? Well, here's the link for Discord. When you click on Discord, it tells you everything you need to do to set up the account. It tells you, it takes you through the steps. I've never known anybody yet, and we have 1,500 people who've not been able to verify. It sometimes takes a little while. You go, what do I do? And you just click the steps, go through it. It will work out. I promise you, you'll get it to work. No problem at all. I can't explain how it works for you because I'm not able to see your system and what you've got on your computer and how you're set up, but all the steps are explained, and it's not my steps, it's Discord standard steps. And it'll all work out, I'm sure. Right. Let me give everyone the link. We're going to be there live right now. Join me. I can pop in and talk to you as well as I make the videos and do all my other stuff. There's the link. But at the top, pinned to the top, is a video you must go and see. I'm going to say this one more time. It's really, really important to understand the economy and how everything works. Okay, on the homepage of the channel, right here, look. That's where you are live right now. There it is. There's the rally coming, and there's the tariff trades right there. Okay, so you can go and check that out. Please go and check that out. I've given you the link in the chat so you can find it. All right, let's wrap this up. Markets are trying to rebound, but it's going to be weak. Martyn, it says not available on mobile. What's not available on mobile? Discord's not available on mobile. Discord is available on mobile because I have it on my phone. I have it on my phone. So yes, it is available on mobile. What are you saying? What are you, Charles? What are you saying is not working on mobile? I don't know what your setup is, but are you talking about memberships? Can I send a screenshot? You can't. On Discord, you can. On what? I don't know what you're talking about, Charles. What are you talking about? Discord doesn't work on a mobile, or membership doesn't work on a mobile, because they're different answers. But I can tell you, Discord does work on a mobile, because there's my mobile app on my iPhone. Can you see it? Look, there's Discord. Okay, if I click on it. There's my Martyn Lucas Investor Discord on the app. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Okay. You can send membership. Membership. YouTube membership. Yes. Let me explain how this works. Right. That's why I give you the link here. If you read this membership, if you read what I put in the chat, it explains it. Look in the chat right now. It explains it. It says to become a member, click here. It also says on an iPhone, select browser, then request desktop version. So if you are trying to become a member, but Charles, you're already a member. So you've already done this. If you want to become a member and you're on an iOS device, which is an iPhone or an iPad, you need to select a browser. Mozilla, Safari, Chrome, whatever you like. You need to use a browser and then select the desktop version of the browser. The reason that it does this is because iPhone don't want to be paying commission to Google. Google don't want to be paying commission. Google own YouTube. And it's just a silly thing that's been going on for ages. It's bloody ridiculous. But that's why it does that. But you're already a member. So I don't know, are you talking about YouTube membership or Discord's subscription? So it's impossible to boycott all American products. We use it too much in Europe, says Kata. Is that thoughts that through an app or through, is that through app or through your Safari browser? Charles, I've got the Discord app. Yes, I have the Discord app. Yeah, you can't use you can't use YouTube. We're getting confused between YouTube memberships and Discord subscribers. YouTube membership you can't do through iOS devices, and that includes the app. You have to be on a browser, but you are already a member, so you've already done it. So, all right, I have verified now. Ron Whitney. Okay, send me your username again. Send me your. Oh, in fact, I found it. Don't worry, I found it. Wit 30. Right, you verified now, have you? Okay. Let me look. You said you verified now. So let me go and have a look. Ah, there you are. I see you. Right. So when you do it properly, it's never me. I never make mistakes. Yeah, I do. I find you, Wit 30. There you are. Okay. Now, scroll forward. I find you. I click on your name. Now you've got a 1 month badge, so I can give you a role of YouTube member. See that, look? You are now a YouTube member. Now you have not got premium service. If you want premium service, there's the Discord premium link. You can always upgrade later. So I only respond to all of my premium customers. I respond to some of my members if I get the time, right? But you are now there. You're now done. Now your name on YouTube is Ron Whitney. So I'm going to change your nickname so we all know who you are, right? Just a nickname. Doesn't change your name. It just changes how you're seen on the server for me. Ron Whitney. There you go. So I know who you are. If you send me a friend request, I can accept it. I don't send friend requests. You're going to get scammers pretend to be me. Every single platform, I've got hundreds of scammers who pretend to be me. And the only one who's at Martyn Lucas in the username. Can you see this? Look. This is your display name, Wit 30. Your username is Wit 30 stop. And you're the only person on Discord who can be Wit 30 stop. All right? Whereas if you go to me, I'm the only person in the world on Discord who can be, if you click my profile, Martyn Lucas in the username. People copy this, but they can't copy this. All right? So, but the easy way to remember is look on my profile. If I ever message you and see if I'm the owner of the channel, I'm in gold. I'm the only one who's the owner. I'm the only one who's in gold. And also, even more importantly, the fact that they're messaging you, I never do. The fact they friend request you, I never do. If you send me a friend request, I will accept it. And I think I've got someone just sent me a friend request called Borduit, Bordubbit, whatever. I can't accept that. You're not a member of my channel. I can only accept members. All right, so don't even do it. All I do is delete it. Okay. Now, Bordubbit, this is what it looks like. I'll just show you how I do this, right? Bordubbit has sent me a friend request. Accept. He wants to be a friend of mine. And the reason for that is if he's a friend of mine, everybody will speak to him on Discord and all the rest of it. Well, he could be a scammer. He could be one of our gold members. He could be our platinum member. I don't know. So until you put in the chat, that's you, I don't know who that is. Now, what I can do is copy and paste his username, and I can go into members and I can see, is it a member who's just now sent me a friend request? So I can search for it. There you go. I find him. Look, but he's not a member. He hasn't got a role. So he's not if he was a premium customer, if he was a premium, I would accept it. I accept all of my premium customers and I also reply back to them and help them in any way I can. I don't... Oh, Lisa K is saying that's me. Lisa K is saying that's me. Right, Lisa K. So what I want you to do, Lisa K, is I want you in the chat to give me your Discord username and I will upgrade you and I'll accept your friend request and I'll give you YouTube membership. So if you do that now, I will accept that right now. And that's our procedure. Our procedure is you put your Discord username and I'll do it for you right now. Well, that explains why it won't let me. LOL. I'm just going to wait and try again. Thanks for the help, though. You're welcome. There is a handsome fella. There is a handsome fella. How you doing? Hello, mate. When I tried to become a verified member for Discord, I had to go to my laptop to verify. After I verified my email, then I could access Discord mobile. There it is. Kimberly. I got it. Folks, I know say the Teslas made in China are better made than the ones in the USA. Folks, I know say, that's interesting. I think tomorrow is the Extra Channel year celebration. Oh, is it? 1 year tomorrow. Oh, thanks very much. Ron Whitney, you're welcome. That's me, Bordubbit. I'm waiting for you to give me your Discord username. You're giving me your display name. Give me your username. And I can upgrade you. We've got to go through the procedures. I'm waiting to do it right now. It's my last thing before I go. So, Lisa K, just give me your Discord username in the chat. I can do this for you right now. There it is. Sorry to be a pain in the ass, but it's to protect the server. It's to protect you. It's to protect from scammers, bots, and everybody else. It's bad enough as it is. If I just went, everyone can get accepted, I ain't bothered. It's easy for me just to accept everyone. I'll friend request everyone. I'll like everyone. It'd be a lot easier for me. But then we'd have the most rubbishest server in the world. It would just be plagued full of idiots. So we're not doing that. We're not doing that. All right. Okay, here we go. So I'm now going to go to you. And it's Lisa K. So here we go. So profile. You've sent me a friend request. I'm going to accept it. Now, just because we're friends, I only communicate backwards and forwards to the premium customers because I can't talk to every single member. I talk to every single member on YouTube, but I can't talk to every single member on Discord. I would just be doing nothing but messages. I only talk to my members on YouTube and my Discord premium members on Discord. But you now access the channel. All right? Okay, I might talk to you now and again. I'm not saying I never do, but I just don't filter it that way. Okay, so member, you've now got membership role. Can you see? There you are, YouTube member. Now I'm going to give you. I've accepted your friend request, and Lisa K as well. Lisa K. That's how I know who you are. Okay. And we're all done. Okay. View new members. More people coming in to become members. Direct messages. Wit. Yeah. Oh, that's Wit 30. Accept friend request. Yeah. Accept friend request. Yeah. There you go. Wit 30. Done. Board Lisa K. Done. Brilliant. Everybody's messaged. Everybody's updated. Everyone's taken care of. No one gets confused. No one gets left behind. Really important. Heavy retail buying 68% algo. Bot just dropped below 50%. Now bot selling this off. Watch out. Did you get my friend request? Yep. I've just accepted it and done. Folks, I'm done. Please now join me on the extra channel. I'm going to be there live with you, watching this 24 hours a day, all the way through. I'm not going to leave you at all. I'm going to be watching with you and in the chat with you. So please do join me for that now. I'm going to be putting this video out and talking to you in the chat. All right. After I've had a cup of tea. So go into extra. Strongly suggest everyone click on the pin at the top and go and watch that video there. Psychology of investing as well. You might want to watch that on the channel. Really important stuff. All right. We're good. We always finish our show, at least we try to, with this. Time for day trader of the day and to roll the credits. This is a members only thing. Let's go back to members only. We have a competition every day. And this is for day trader of the day. Who's up the most, who's down the most, who's winning, who's losing. So I am down 1.35, as you can see. Down 1.35%. Let's see who wins. Down 1.35%. Let's do this. And roll the credits for the stars of our show today. Stars of our show today was Martyn, new member Michael, and just one super chat. Just one super chat today. Not very much today, very quiet today, but thank you for the super chat. I much appreciate it. It goes in to keep the shows live. I live on the super chats. I don't live on ad revenue. I live on the super chats. So thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the memberships. It's how I'm able to be live with you all day, every day. You don't make money on ad revenue on live shows. That's for videos. But I don't do that many videos. Well, I do more than most actually. But I do nearly everything live. All right, let's see who wins today. Down 2%, down 2.2. I'm down just 1.35. In fact, look at that. I'm doing better than most now. The S&P is doing its job. And I'm down amplified because of margin. Think of that for a moment. Down 1.4. Down. Look at that. I've got margin. I'm in the S&P and I'm beating the first 4 people. That tells you everything you need to know about the power of the S&P and buying the bottom. Right there. Down 0.94. Don't chase the rally, you're already in. Hopefully you're already in. Down 0.94. All right, there's our winner. Thank you much indeed. That was Jonathan Cofield, 58. You are a winner. First time I think you've ever won on the show. Congratulations to you. You are our winner today. Well done. You only just beat me. And considering I'm in the S&P and I'm doubling the fact I'm down because of margin, that's incredible, folks. That just shows you how the power of the S&P and buying on the way down, not on the way up, is powerful. My time will come. Just got to have patience and discipline. Very, very good. All right, that's it from me. Give you my final thoughts of the day. X, Instagram, in the chat. Shidoo-be-doo-be-doo-be-doo-up. Bomb. Okay, I'm going to give you my final thoughts of the day before I send you over to the extra channel. Let me just clear down the decks for a minute. We'll get rid of that and there. And my final thoughts of the day. we've started to have something very exciting. You've heard about Rick Roll, Rick Astley, never gonna give you up, right? Well, we've now got You've Been Lucas-aided, all right? It's really cool. People are waking up with their very own ringtone for the show. 10 minutes before the show, Martyn's going live. People are sharing it. My X account is blowing up for it. It's really, really quite cool. We're starting our own little trend, and it's really cool. Here's my X account. There's my Instagram. You want to share it on there as well. If you scroll down here, look at this. It started this morning. With, where was it? It started this morning with, where is it? Mark Saxby. Mark Saxby did it this morning. He did a great post here this morning. Look at this. It's Martyn soon every day. Excuse me. Excuse me. Woo. He's got an alarm on his iPhone 5 minutes before the opening bell show. Martyn soon. I love this. And then more people started doing it. I had another one. Where was it? So then after that, we had another one coming in. This was in from Echo. He set an alarm for 8:20. He's used the money machine. Well, guess what, folks? I've got my own ringtone coming. And the Lucas-aides will have their own ringtone. So you can say to people, you can take this post, right? This post, because no one will know what it means. What you got to do is take a photograph of you with your alarm and repost it around the world and say you've been Lucas-aided. All right, you've been Lucas-aided. You've been Lucas-aided. Okay, whichever way. All right, so Rick rolled. You've been Lucas-aided. Okay, and you send them the picture, and people wonder what's going on. They're setting alarms for the show. It's absolutely brilliant. Forget the ring the bell. This is way better. Really, really exciting. Loads of notifications coming in today. Let me share them. So what we got here, and we got people trying to win the day trader the competition as well for the fan of the year. Honkster liked 8 of my posts. He's trying to win that. He's liked 10 of my posts. Mark Saxby reposted. We got a new member, Christopher63. Thank you, Christopher. Mark Saxby liked 7 of the posts. Remember, reposting is the best way to win the prize for Fan of the Year 25. I think you'll do better with the verification for sure. There's more trust in blue ticks, in my opinion. Okay, I'm running a poll to see what you think about my blue tick that I let go away. Thank you for that. I respond to all my members. Thank you for that. Okay, reply to you. If you want to grow on X, Instagram, engage with somebody that is growing who will engage back with you. Dynamite Power, Dynamite and Platinum. There are a couple. We actually have a couple, man and woman here, who watch our show together. How wonderful is that? Liked 48 of your posts. Trying to win the competition. I'm loving it. All right. Okay. Stockworld liked 3 of my posts. Thank you. Unremarkable Me liked the post. Video gave me hope. I'm really starting to worry though. Not sure if I should start selling at a loss to avoid more loss or wait in the hope it goes back up. I would continue to average down, but I'm out of money to keep investing. Most people are. Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. Most people are out of money. Good luck to you. There you go. Reply to every one of my members. Okay. Stock World, six people liked the I'll go back and look at the poll in a second. More likes, more reposts. Josh Monroe reposted. Great, I'm loving it. Let me go back to the profile and see on this tick thing. There it is. There you go. Right, okay. Now then, do you miss my X verification tick? 32 votes now, 46%, nearly 47% say yes. The majority says they do miss it. Only 15% say no, they don't care. Right? 37%, no opinion either way. So not bothered either way. So it's only 15% that just not interested in it. The majority of you are interested in it. Now I'm reading this, I'm seeing this, considering should I get my tick back? All right. See, it says get verified. I was verified. I'm not anymore. because the reason I was verified everywhere. And remember, I have 2 channels for everything, Martyn Lucas and Martyn Lucas Investor. So I'm like all over the place paying bloody fortunes for all this stuff. And it was like, what is the point? I'm just giving Elon Musk a tip. So anyway, now I've got your thoughts, and that's growing all the time. My final thoughts. I've given you the link for the extra channel. Come and join me there now. I'm going to be there. I'll give it to you again. It's also automatically going to take you there. Make sure that you do watch that video I've pinned to the top. Absolutely. Oh, have I just... Hang on. What did I just do then? Oh, sorry, I just gave you the wrong link. Ignore that one. That's where we are now. I'm an idiot. There you go. There you go. Oh, hang on. I was just about to end the show. Jonathan Cofield. Can I get Discord? Can I get my Discord invite? Okay, let me do that for you. It's not technically an invite. Whoops. Hang on. Okay, I'd finished the show, but I'll do this for you. No one gets left behind until I literally run out the door. And then you get left behind. Because at some point, I have to end the show, right? Otherwise, I will literally just rot away. Okay, let me do that now. Jonathan. Okay, you are a member, Jonathan Cofield. 1 month. There it is. I found you. Profile. You haven't sent me a friend request. I'm not going to send one to you. You have not sent me a friend request. Okay? I never send them because you'll get confused between the scammers and me. I'm going to make you a member though. Whoops. Nearly kicked you out then. Nickname. No, you've got the right same nickname on YouTube. That saves me a lot of time. And profile. No, you've not sent me a friend request, which means you've sent someone else a friend request. And be careful because you get scammed. There is my Discord friend request. I'm the only Martyn Lucas on Discord with the real username. There it is in the chat. If you send it to someone else, they will gladly accept it and send you down the rabbit hole. S&P rallied back over 1% from its low. Markets rebounding. Be patient, my friend. Don't worry, says Namisha. I sent a friend request. Jonathan Cofield, you've sent a friend request to a scammer, mate. Not to me. All right? I will look out for it now. If you send me a friend request, I will see it and I will accept it. But you sent a friend request to a scammer. That's a fact, if you've done that. All right? So I'll look out for that, and I'll check like I did before. If you remember, which you are, I'll be able to accept it. Oh, hang on. Pending. Oh, he sent me a... What's this here? Right. Yep. You've sent me a friend request now, and I've accepted it. Yep, Jonathan, done. Done. Yep. Yes. We're all friends. We're all done. Okay. I'm out of here. That was the longest end speech I've ever had in my life. All right. No one gets left behind. Everyone's been taken care of. Join me now on the extra channel. I'm going to have some breakfast, get to work, put these videos out, talk to you in the extra channel. I'm live with you all day, every day. And thank you very much. If you're not yet a member of my channel, consider becoming a member. We're here to help people, not sell videos. That's it from me. Till next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye for now.